yeah, we're gonna give it our all and have fun.
Best of luck to you today, man.
Thank you.
Why does he have a suitcase, Sean? That
It's
feels
Jove.
like a bad omen.
It's Jover. It's Jover.
Surely he's not prepared to go home already.
Surely he's not prepared to go straight to LA.
That's got to just be like everyone's keyboard and mouse or something. like
Hopefully
that,
some
right?
extras, you know.
There's
you never
no
know what's
way
gonna
he
happen on
turned up
stage. He's got all the
with a
extras.
He's like bringing all the snacks, a
suitcase.
true IGL, getting his
Okay.
team ready to go. Hopefully it's that option instead. But outside of the IGLs of this team, I think we need to talk about two of the players in the server that were at one time considered the absolute best in their role in the entire world. It's of course Nats and Les, the two Sentinel players.
Hello,
like
how's it
hyper
going?
players
How's it going?
on this team
So,
talent, and
I
know
am
at times
casting the
you've
final
played
game
some
of the
of
day
those
today,
roles,
so
and
I
these
should
guys
have
are
time
kind
to
of
do the
players to
full
look up to.
co-stream of Loud
Yeah,
Liquid at the
definitely. I mean,
start,
both these
which is
players
also
have
one of
a
the best
pretty
games of the day.
aggressive play
So I
style,
was
but
like,
also
hey,
they're
why not?
So
Let's do it.
mechanically talented on a role
Let's
like
do it.
Sentinel where you're
Can we
taking
enlarge
these
that
aggressive
cam?
fights,
Yeah, I
lurking,
can do.
or anchoring bomb sites, and they have the
I don't know how
mechanics and
large
the
we
star
really want it.
capability to pull
I mean,
it all
how
off.
big do you want
We
my
see
head to
multiple-
be?
Like Nats is probably the best site anchor we have at
Yes.
Champions right now, pulling out 3Ks and 4Ks in
Is that better?
unthinkable moments.
I'm not sure
and
that's
Les
better.
as well. He's a player on Sentinel that is
Human
kind of
Turk.
like re-innovating the play style, I would say. He's very aggressive up front. He takes a lot of early engagements on you, but he's so
Dude,
good. that
Paper
he
X
always
EDG
wins
is
them,
gonna go
getting,
so
key
crazy.
5v4s for the team, and both incredible players.
Yeah, I'm doing the
I feel
EDG
like
Paper X game
Nats
today.
is a little bit of a different
But my
player
call
though,
time's
'cause
at,
he
like,
plays a lot more
3 p.m.
Cypher, and when I watch him play Viper, he's way more util oriented than when I watch someone like Les
Why would it
play,
not be
where,
me and Brett?
When I see him, he's just a mechanical god.
I just said I'm co-streaming
feels
the
like a
first
turret when
game
he
because
plays
I'm
Killjoy.
casting
He's
the
like
third.
the second turret.
Yep, except
Yeah.
the Vandals, the bullets.
Valen
Yeah,
is so
exactly.
good on the desk, man. I
little bit
love
stronger than
Valen
the
on the
normal
desk.
Killjoy turret
tap.
there. And it is insane to think that for two of those players that have been the best at one time,
What's
that
up,
one of
Dorcord?
these teams is guaranteed to be the first team going home from
That is
Champions.
ridiculous.
It
The
feels
first team
unbelievable,
going home
but
is
for
guaranteed
two
to either be
teams that
Liquid or
won their
Loud.
respective international leagues,
They're
Sean,
go-
this now
either the
begs
winner of
question
EMEA or the
what
winner
would
of
this
Americas
mean
is
for
going
these
home
teams'
first to
legacies
champs.
for both these squads if they were to be the first out of champs?
I think it's frightening for Liquid specifically. Obviously, Loud has super high expectations, having been the previous Champions winner and how they've played leading up into Tokyo. But Liquid, on the other hand, they're going to reflect
Shit.
back on the year and think, whoa, was EMEA playoffs just a fluke?
That's definitely what the audience will think.
That's what literally the
Oh,
only highlight
wait.
of their entire year would be. At very least, Loud carried something.
I got rid of
through
these
for the
herbs on my
bulk of the
potatoes
year,
because I
and then
thought they
just
were
kind of fell off a
cilantro, but I
cliff.
think it was mint.
Right.
No, so either way, though, the
Oh,
amount
goddammit,
of
it was mint.
disappointment leading
Get back
the
on my
stage today
potatoes.
is going to be unreal.
But still, for Loud, I think if they lose here, Valen, it will be an end of an era. They won Champions last year. They placed highly at
Yeah,
every
Liquid-
event pretty much.
Liquid
except
put so much
Copenhagen in
effort into
22.
making that,
They
like,
come out
entire
almost
song
win
thing.
lock and 2 rounds away from doing so.
Yeah, me and Brendan
they've
finished
just
casting,
petered
and
off.
we
It would feel
immediately
like
went to
with
the
this
desk
year coming to a
yesterday.
close, it really could be the end
That's just
of
how the
this
schedule
Brazilian
worked
super
yesterday.
team that has been such a mainstay.
Yeah, I'm casting the
both
final
these
game.
teams are going to have two different types of level of disappointment. For Loud, I would say the disappointment of being on the top, being one of the best teams in Valorant, and just completely falling
What's
off
up,
the
what's
face
up,
of
what's
the
up?
game, for now at least, is
Yeah,
very
fellow
tough. You know,
cilantro
they went
hater.
0-2 at Tokyo. Hopefully they don't pull the same here. And for Liquid, I would say it's a different type of disappointment of you're right there. You finally got your breakthrough. You beat Fnatic, you won the playoffs in EMEA, but now you go back to the international events and you fall short again for the year. You know, you never really were at the top, kind of like Loud, but it's tough for both teams.
Either way,
It's
this
very
is a gutting
saddening
game.
actually to see both their stories kind of end right here.
Yeah,
It's guaranteed too, which is so insane that one of these teams has that
No
run
matter what
going
happens
to
in
a
this
close.
match,
But before we get the game started,
I think a
that
top
does
20
bring us
player is
to
gonna
our
be sent home.
MasterCard fan poll. Earlier, we asked you guys what you'd like to.
I think it's
get
kinda
here with
difficult to
some rounds.
create a
And
top
for these
20
two
that
teams that have been
doesn't have
struggling, I'm sure getting some excitement
One
in there
of
is going to be
Safe,
important. Probably
Nats,
a lot of
Les,
nights on.
Aspas.
a lot of nice. I'm actually a Let's Go fan.
Like, how are you
What
how are you
guys
making the
say,
top
actually?
20 that doesn't
Oh,
have
us?
one of those,
Yeah.
or
I don't know if I can say it
probably
on the
2 of
desk.
those
Oh,
4 in?
okay.
It's a let's go with some
And it's the
extras,
first elimination
yeah,
match.
But
Okay.
we're very
Be
loud,
honest,
but I
Loud are a
like combos,
fraudulent team.
Yeah,
I mean, they
it's a
look
good
at the
one. It's a
moment,
good
right?
one.
They look
But
like
we'll
they've
get
just
that from Loud.
completely
But we
lost
have only a few
lost
more
the
minutes
plot.
before this match gets
I guess
started.
it's possible
And
they
I
were
want to
only
ask
ever good
you,
at Harbor Viper,
What's your
but
prediction? Who's winning this, Sean?
they were able
have
to play
stay
some other
true to
comps.
VCT Americas. I know I said I was a trader earlier,
During the
but
playoffs,
Loud has
before
been
people
my
had seen
favorite
them
team
before.
to watch
But,
all
like,
year long. It broke my heart to see
God
Aspas
damn.
on Neon and what they looked like in Tokyo. I thought they looked a lot better on day one. Is just DRX playing insanely
Yeah,
well.
Nats was
they
playing
won
really
the
well,
opening
too.
duels throughout that series, even though they lost. I gotta go Loud.
Full America's Copium 2-0 Loud today.
Will there be a
Jury
Pacha
and
episode
2-0
before
for
the
Loud.
finals?
Yeah.
I'm
I
not
don't know
sure.
what to think. I feel like Liquid, they've lost some
I
really
cannot
close
predict this
games,
game.
and it seems like
I
they've
can't
crumbled
predict this
under the
game.
pressure
I
before,
think,
and it's really that question
based on
of
what we've
if they
seen
can
recently,
rally back
Liquid look better.
today. Again,
Liquid
an
were
important
fairly
matchup
even with
here for
Na'Vi.
either of these teams that have
Loud
really
have just looked
defined a lot
way
of
out
this
of
year. You have
sorts.
the
They
EMEA
haven't been able to
champions
shoot
on
back
one
properly.
side. You have the champions of Americas on the
I mean,
other,
that-
and their run here at Champions
They have weird
2023
ideas
will
and that
come
kind of
to a
stuff, but
close for
honestly, one of the most
these
worrying
squads.
things is that
Today,
Loud are
those
just
two
not
teams
shooting
will
back.
start by taking the stage in Liquid versus Loud. Then we have FPX versus T1.
I don't
and
think
we're
Loud win
closing out
this.
with
I'd
PRX
love to have
versus
faith. I really
EDG.
would. I would
Day
love to
5
have faith
of
because
Valorant
I'm right there with
Champions
Sean.
starts right now.
I thought Loud would be right up there with Fnatic to potentially win Tokyo. And I think that that is a super reasonable thing that me and Sean both thought. Because Loud looked phenomenal during the Americas playoffs. They looked like they were completely gapping the other Americas teams. And you look at what EG was able to do, make it all the way to the finals, and NRG made it to 4th place. If Loud continued to be better than both of those two teams, they would have been in the finals competing with Fnatic trying to win the trophy. And something happened. And I don't know what it was. But they just couldn't hit shots. They were getting outclassed. They played against some difficult teams for sure. They played against EG and EDG. But
something versus Kangkang.
I mean, maybe it was just a double upset that ruined their confidence. I don't know. But something has happened and this team just doesn't look the same.
It's gonna be a like bloodbath.
So, based on what we've seen so far, I think Liquid look like the better team. But it's so hard to lose your faith in Loud. At least that's how I find it.
当我哥哥在看着我的时候，我好像身体上有2个人的力量，不仅仅是我
What's up,
身
Cross
上
Cook?
背着我哥哥的 ID， 还有与此同时，还有我哥哥的力量陪伴在我在赛场上吧，就可能就是这种感觉，
I've got ketchup
就
in
是
my
非常
mustache.
有能量。
No, no one support me in real life. Maybe some fans, that's it. But I just play in whole life, and I just play for because I'm enjoying to play.
Wait, something's saying nobody supports him playing video games in his life?
我不希望我变成那个世界第一。
Wait, that's so sad when
没有最好
contrasted
的，
with
只有
Kangkang.
更好的。I still wanna push myself.
Let's have a good fight. I'll see you in the server.
Wait, that's actually hurt me.
Eu lembro quando você era simples rato de ranked, estar desse lado, você passou por antes você tinha que aprender muita coisa, agora teve que
Yeah,
ensinar
I'm casting
mais.
Paper X EDG at the end of the day, but I have enough time to coach through this first
a
match.
principal coisa que eu aprendi nesse ano é que não existe time fraco e você não pode respeitar ninguém nem desmerecer ninguém.
I need you to settle something because a narrative is taking off. Go on then, Perenegade. What's the
Because the
narrative?
pressure is high. Especially Champions, it's the tournament that everyone wants to win. It's the biggest tournament of the year. Going up in a do or die match against Loud, you see the passion of those guys. They have already won the big tournament, they've been in finals, they know what it takes to win.
Yeah, it's an interesting game. You never know what's gonna happen. So obviously, like, it doesn't matter who won the last one, because there's always gonna be a new one.
That's probably why he was in Japan if his family in Russia wasn't in his corner. Yeah, I mean, maybe, but also Japan has good salaries and good opportunities, so that might, you know, it might also just have been a practical reason for his career.
Vamos em busca desse caneco.
What do you think of the energy in the arena yesterday coming from EDG supporters? Was that typical? No way. The EDG fans were unexpected and incredibly loud. And also, I would say at least 100 of them understood everything that was being said in Mandarin because they were reacting to the interviews and like Kangkang's pop-offs before they got translated. There is just a large, presumably Chinese-American population that have turned up to the games as massive EDG fans, and there's a bunch of other fans that have come just because Kangkang's fantastic and they like the team and they went on a run at Tokyo. There was also a lot of, again, I would assume Korean-American fans for DRX, because the DRX fan base was going nuts out here, and there's a very large Korean population in LA.
I want to be player-led.
Maybe some people came from China too. That, I think, is less likely because it's so far away. I think that I've met one fan at the moment that actually traveled from Japan. The other fans that are here, I think, are just, you know, American fans of the Japanese teams. I would assume it's something similar for the Chinese teams, but maybe there was a bunch that traveled. That happened in League. There were more Chinese fans than NA in League, in Worlds in NA. That's so interesting.
TL, you are higher seed, Team A or Team B? Team B. So
people
Loud,
think the crowd is more on
you'll be
EDG's
Team
side
B,
than the NA teams because you could hear them
Team A,
roaring
and so we'll
yesterday.
start with
I
your
said it's the
first
broadcast event when the event started.
No,
No, there are definitely more EDG fans than the NA fans.
Pearl?
Yep, it's just,
And match
yeah.
number 1.
I mean, the audio has also been altered. You're right with that. But there are still more EDG fans than NA fans. And I don't know why, but they fucking love EDG.
Side on split attack. Next set of bans starting with Loud.
Loud
have
get rid of
Ascent, Bind, and
Fracture.
Lotus.
Okay.
Ascent. And so your ban.
Liquid get rid of Pearl, which is weird as well, because Loud were getting rid of that themselves, and we haven't seen Loud play it on the new version. Loud select Haven, which is where Liquid actually beat them last time, a long, long time ago. But Loud are fantastic on Haven if they're still playing the Viper Harbor stuff. I don't know whether they still are. I mean, it's an amazing map pool for Loud on map 1 and 2. I don't know if... I think if Liquid are able to take one of the first maps, though... I mean, to be honest, Liquid might just win both of the first maps because Loud have looked so out of it. I don't know what Loud are going to be playing. They might still be playing the Viper Harbor. The Viper Harbor looked fantastic on Haven. I think Haven looked like, honestly, their best map when they were playing Harbor Viper, weirdly enough. Split, they've been good at. I mean, if their players are hitting, they have a great chance of being able to beat Liquid. But again, I'm not even sure that half of this is going to come down to map pool or strategy or whatever. The actual form of the Loud players has been so off. I don't know if it's a confidence issue. I don't know if it's like a not trusting the game plan, so they're not sure of like when to take their timings or something. But they just... all throughout the beginning of the year, they were rolling other people when they took duels against them. And now, they're taking their ones and they're losing them a lot.
The only team
And they're not like a super tight team in terms of always having those trades. Or at least they're not anymore. Aspas and Sadak used to play together like that. And Tuiz and Kamanzine used to trade people out all over the place too. Actually, Les used to trade people left, right, and center. But I feel like their trading ability has gone down massively too.
And Valen, you've been on a stage like this before in an elimination.
Where are we going with the mustache? I just like it. I don't really have a game plan.
For both teams, of course.
Sale, thank you for the 9 months.
And they've been in this position before. Both teams, I think that
Mimi's hosting.
high-level matches.
Maybe not all of today, but at least some of
today. And a lot of the preparation leading up to this game
Golden Boy a break.
dictates if you feel.
I'm doing all right, thank you, Retro. Yeah, I'm casting Paper X EDG.
You know what I mean, Sean? So
who trolled the map pick more? It's hard to tell, to be honest with you, because we don't know what they're going to be running on some of these maps. It felt weird that both of the teams went for like the opposite vetoes from what I would expect. But again, I don't think the map pool is actually going to matter a huge amount. I think it's more to do with whether Loud are in form and whether Liquid can hit their like peak compared to their medium. Like Liquid's medium should be enough to get rid of Loud if they're still in a slump.
5 straight on Haven, running the Harper Viper. It's what got them here today. It's
Sean is spitting.
Made them so successful.
Sean is spitting. The Viper Harbor Haven went crazy.
Loud has not really played any Harbor Viper at Tokyo nor here at Champions. They've stayed away from their
I was trying to
strengths,
lip read Fraud,
pool,
and then I realized he's speaking Portuguese.
We'll likely get 2 Aspas jet maps, which I think the comp changes were one of the big issues we were citing with Loud.
Yeah, you definitely want to have your star player like
the mustache meant you look like a Charles Dickens villain.
He's pretty flexible, I would say. He can play the neon.
That's what I'm going for, actually.
Nothing beats his jet, right? One of the best ops, best rifles, getting those, you know, aggressive picks, being able to.
British man learns about other languages. Well,
for him and the team.
My mic volume.
But also,
as well,
I want to talk about the fans a little bit because both teams picked attack for all 3 maps. So I think that kind of states like both teams want to.
I can't really do too much about that.
Pace, right? Both teams want to dictate the pace, make sure that the game is being played.
I'm
on
going to
a very
turn
level,
down the rest of the volume,
play, so
which should
pretty
fix the
excited to
mix
see
a
how
little,
Cross
and
is
you
gonna
guys
be
can just
very
up
aggressive off
your
the rip,
volume on
especially
your
if they're
side.
And kind of going into that attack thing, a theory that we have going back years in these FPS
Yampy
games
is
you
amped.
start on attack on these big moments because you can, like you said, control the pace. Imagine entering, the B site on Haven, and there's one defender there. That one defender has a lot to do mechanically. In the opening game of the day, in the highest pressure scenario, you would much rather be on attack.
And I think that's going to be really important for Team
My
Liquid
dad is
because
clueless.
they've
I'm
been
just the
somewhat momentum-based
driver.
at these international events.
That's
generally when they start
based
strong,
parent.
they do quite
Driving
well,
them
but
and then
once
chilling with them
the
and
later
watching
when
their
it starts
thing
getting
that they're
scrappy,
passionate
that's where
about.
we've seen some of the issues
Based
come out from
father.
Liquid.
Yeah, definitely. Well, it's starting off on Haven, and they did pick attack, so I think they're going to be able to dictate the pace like we're talking about and kind of just play as a pack, so you don't have to rely on your individual mechanics too much. You're just playing as a team, getting comfortable into the series, and Haven 3 bomb site map, it's a perfect map.
Do you have the basket of kittens on standby if Redgar ints? Yeah. Every time Redgar ints, I'm gonna... You know what I'm gonna do, okay? I'm not gonna say it on Twitch because that's terms of service. But I have a basket of kittens down here. And I am going to... There isn't going to be a basket of kittens by the end if Redgar ints. Okay, let's put it like that.
Exactly, and they were
Yo, what's up, Daddy Too Cool?
with how they lost lock-in front of their home crowd.
Meow for us again. That wasn't me. That was the
Tech
kittens.
Timeouts. He takes deep breaths, even tack timeouts. He relaxes in his chair. The mental side definitely.
Oh, they're playing it. Let's fucking go.
And we get it.
They are
Finally,
playing it. The Harbor Viper.
coming in for
I
Loud.
think this was so good from Loud. This is going to be... First of all, do Team Liquid have a good idea of how they want to stop it? Actually, I want to listen to
So
Valen.
they do have a jet, so you're going to be able to kind of get past the Harbor and the Viper utility if you want to take that risk. But also the Breach is not the best counter. I actually like KO in this comp.
I do like the Sky, though.
I do like the Sky.
Gets tons of info behind the Harbor Cascades and the High Tides. If that was a Sova, I would say, oh, Liquid's done here. Not many teams have done a Sky Breach combo on Haven against Loud.
It seems like they have the right idea here for Team Liquid. They won EMEA, but they're on a 3-match loss streak. So is Loud. Someone will have to break the expectations.
Can't believe you're
going
gonna put those kittens up for adoption.
The first match of Champions 2023 for elimination is starting right now. So Shrine, give it up for your casters, Doug and Bala.
Doug and Bala!
Thank you so
Let's
much,
go.
Baby Bala. It's game time for these two teams. You see them historically come from the top of their
Come
region to
on.
find themselves
I want to see a good game. Please, Loud. Please don't go out with a whimper. Even if you lose, go out playing at least similar to how you've done earlier on in the year. Please.
On the other side, I think for Liquid, it's been kind of a slow but kind of steady rise. Maybe Tokyo was a little bit of a blip, and now they're here facing elimination.
NA fans and esports starting regional pride, so I guess it ain't 100% surprising what you said. Sentinels save us. Yeah. I'm going to do a proper video breaking down the Sentinels stuff as well, because I think people have got entirely the wrong impression about the, like, oh, Sentinels are going broke shit. I'm just seeing the most silly clickbait headlines everywhere. But I'll do it later on. Probably tomorrow. All right, let's have a look at this then. So, we've got Loud with this defensive wall that a lot of teams are using. No recon darts that you have to worry about. It's just flashes.
We'll see how they do here. It's been so highly
Oh,
anticipated.
tag,
So many
I think,
conversations around why move
from
away
the
from
Trailblazer,
competition
potentially,
like this.
onto less.
We'll see what the defense
No punish, though.
What is this? They're pushing back.
Wow, they're using a harbor wall, trying to flood retake, and they're leaving. They have just inserted Nats at sea, and they're backing up. This is a crazy pistol round. This is awesome. Wait, he didn't check anything. He jumped up on... Oh, okay. So Nats got cleared. Is Aspas going to peek? No, he didn't hit a shot. All right, what utility do Loud have to be able to retake? They're not going to have their high tide back up, I don't think. It's still going to be on like a 15-second timer. So they cascade. That's a pretty good cascade, just so that you can focus on graffiti and default. Oh, the high tide came back up. It was only about 5 seconds away. I thought it was like 15. Oh, that Viper orb as well is nice. Look at the Viper orb from Sadak. This is really good smoke utility. Very well done by Loud. Let's fucking go. Wait, are Loud actually going to look competent? Are we finally going to see them play Haven? Playing the Harbor Viper? Playing Aspas Jet? hitting shots? Wait, are we really going to... I'm overreacting, chat. I'm overreacting. It was a nice pistol round idea from Team Liquid. It's only one round. Let's not overreact. Loud could very easily poop in my bed sheets the very next round.
And you're already seeing the power of the Harbor Viper. How much sustainability you have when it comes to retakes.
I think you're also seeing, you alluded to this at the beginning of the first round, if this is what we're in for, if that's just the pistol and you've got cheeky strats like that that you haven't really seen before.
Yeah, we typically don't see stuff like that from Team Liquid. They're a lot more of a standard bread and butter team. See if it continues outside of the pistol. I don't expect it to.
Oh, yeah. We can't see the minimap.
Safe was able to fully grab that. Yeah, the orb is gone. He was able to grab it. Seemed like he was getting spammed through the smoke initially. Maybe dissuaded, but
I'm gonna make the map. I'm gonna make the cam like this big.
Sadak just
Actually,
barely keeps his life. Safe goes double dipping, manages to stay alive, but not much more.
A pretty risky peak for Sadak to continue to take, given that his Viper Wall needs to stay up for that CO.
A little bit of Killjoy utility towards B, and you're starting to see Loud.
Dude, what the fuck am I
congregate
doing?
on that site. 3 here now facing it, and the cascade to boot.
I think Team Liquid is already displaying a very good understanding about how this composition plays and where you can start to take advantages and cause
PogChamp, we've done it.
In the head of Tui's, for example, who has to be really
The
proactive
new
with his
crosshair just dropped. You guys are so
breaking the alarm
stupid.
ball, breaking a molly as well.
At least I did it in round 2.
30 seconds left.
That's conditioning that's going to last throughout.
Can you make yourself really small and put yourself where the crosshair would be? Yeah, of course.
Some little trickeration, if you will. Look at where Redgar is. Gets behind the smoke, gets crossed. They know he's there. Meanwhile, the rest of Liquid focused on B. And he's going to get back out. 13 seconds left. The spike
Wait there. One moment. One moment.
Where do they go from here? You see that paranoia. They're going to
Get
try to
him!
fill up behind it.
Go on!
But Soulcast dropped.
Go on, Tui's.
Tui's on the swing. Yampi's making a run at this. 2
Go
big
on.
kills.
Go on, get him.
We're still in favor of Loud. You've got Les who's going to be
Uh-oh. Wait a second. Wait a second. Uh-oh. Oh, no. No, 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 no. Hallelujah. 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 Oh, let's stop trolling the ecos. Let's stop trolling the ecos. Oh, my God. All good. All good. The foreshadowing of Loud immediately shitting the bed and losing the eco almost happened.
Spike duration as well is crazy.
They're just all dying to body shots. Well played by Tui's at the end. The cross, no hair. Yeah, very good. Very good, chat. Very good.
Overall, should feel like a successful eco round from Liquid.
All right. Loud just have one hero rifle on less. Should be a very simple round for the attackers. Tui's is going to swing.
Coming out here from Sadak on defense. Goes all the way in towards B rather than covering the front of Garage, but kind of does the same thing for C. This is because they have their Killjoy playing in front, trying to get all that information.
Team Liquid's composition is a little more difficult at being able to get space at the beginning of the round with the refreshable utility. It's not like terrible. You stun flash, that kind of thing. But it's not as good as stun recon to be able to push people away from angles. Sadak gets caught.
Oh, and Sadak does go down too, so that Viper Wall's gone.
They might end up going into Les, who has the hero rifle. Oh no, they look like they're backing up and going towards snaps.
Safe was clearing out the alarm bot. That angle's insane. I wonder.
That Viper Wall's giving so much room for Safe to actually break that.
Yeah. See if we take a look at it in the replay.
Look at the stack though from Loud. They're still making the right call.
There is still some danger here, especially if Les gets the read and comes over to A and starts trading out some of these guys. What is this from Tui's? Look at that harbor wall. Oh! I thought Safe had read that. I mean, he almost got the timing to take out Aspas easily. This wall is wild. What a harbor wall. Oh my God, and the flash as well. Wait, wait. Loud actually cooking. Winnable for Les, though. Oh. Soulcast. Bro. Bro.
He's fumbling his keyboard there.
Soulcast is...
He pulled out the flash, pulled out his gun, pulled out his flash.
Soulcast chokes so many of those moments, man. So many of those moments. I still think Les is probably good for it, but he literally whiffed his flash and then just swung out after. Anyway.
They should have had, 80% chance of winning that anti-bonus. Now they've allowed the streak from Loud to come through.
Anyway.
Still a dangerous one, though.
That was a very good round from Loud.
And there's Guardians bought up. This is a force
2E's High Tide was so cool. I've never seen that before.
Pushing towards A and just 2 from the defensive side. Trying to keep them back. That flash not getting a ton of info.
And then Kawanzin's flash, like, for Aspas to push through it was lovely. Like, so well timed.
You've seen them work with the low econ in the prior eco round that they had. This one, full force up, is not something Loud might be expecting. Maybe with just the safe knives.
We didn't really touch on this. Aspas has an op.
Soulcast is inconsistent, but he survived all the way from Fish 123 for a reason. I'd love to know what the reason is.
But they're already ahead of it. Aspas is gonna get challenged. Opshot misses. Fault line at his feet. He has to dash away.
I've been told he pops off in scrims.
He's already gotten backside. He's already gotten down into hell, and he's hunting for more. It was just Kawanzin who was still on the site. How do you funnel back into this?
He's a team player.
I think a flood is an option. You still have an op in hand.
Yeah, if you want to flood,
yeah.
you need that 2E's Harbor to be up at this point.
That's just not the case. So Loud go fishing, maybe gifted a free one. But there's just no entry. There's no way through.
The Team Liquid have been finishing A lot now.
And between the flashes, you see the mollies, you see the fault line. The dump of utility keeps Loud back.
I was surprised they
Sadek has
stayed
10
for
bullets.
as long as they did. They really wanted to do some econ damage here. Because Team Liquid has just found them way back. Here comes Les, hold on. This is kind of a spammable wall. It's not going to go for anything. Just looking for somebody to overstay, overpush, something like that. But that risk from Team Liquid paying off in huge numbers.
I think the EDG Paper X game should be an ultra banger. It's a great entry.
That's perfect.
Yep. And Soulcast with 2 kills. I mean, redemption after that last round.
They completely caught.
And the key ones too.
They completely caught those A players.
Players who got flashed by Redgar down on the site. If they didn't manage to do that, all of a sudden
The Loud guys.
position that Aspas can reap
I'm surprised they didn't try to play around Sadak's smoke a little more.
Operator still in the hands.
They're using the Cascade to try and get punished there, but you can play inside this Viper Orb that Sadak keeps putting down on A.
Sadak has already taken so much space down too long. On the challenge, and he wins
Why is Sadak doing that?
And that's
I mean, it's not based off any.
accomplished IGLs going after each other.
They used one flash, one stun. It's not like Team Liquid were barreling towards A. It wasn't like Sadak was told by the rest of his team, like, oh, there's 5A lobby.
It's very interesting.
Ay, ay, ay. Angel, that's my boy. No. This is going to be so much more difficult to defend C without Sadak alive. The wall is incredibly crucial. And 2E's has used the same harbor wall that he used before, which allows them not to get peeked from garage and get into the site. But he might end up needing to use more of the utility just to block off the long as well. Wait, they're doing it though. Oh! Dude, I love the way that the Loud players incorporate this kind of movement in. Good timing on the Nana Swarm pop though, from Nats.
Against the 2 players entrenched down low, this is such a tough spot.
There's a code for 2E's.
Wow, he catches safe. Oh no. He's got it. He's got it. He had to reload. Incredible stuff. Incredible stuff. What a round from 2E's. What a round from 2E's. That harbor wall is really good. I was concerned because they didn't also have the Viper wall to be able to use too. But look at this harbor wall. It allows you to walk in. It blocks off, like, if they have garage control, they can peek you towards CT. You don't have to worry about that. You can all go from CT for the retake. And you don't have to worry about logs, so you only have to look towards back plat and towards the right side of default. Then he has the popping swing on the guy. Are we supposed to be able to hear the coaches? I don't think we're supposed to hear that audio. boys talk. Interesting.
Concerning seeds for Liquid.
To me, that's a time that you need to just take a time out.
Yeah. I mean, perhaps they do if this one goes sideways, too.
Wow.
Look at that wall from Kawanzin, bro.
That's a weird wall.
I mean, it's just the side going down a long.
Yeah, I'm not even sure that that's optimal. I mean,
Really good reclear.
the wall ends up being... all good. Now, why is Les all the way down here? They're playing off him really nicely, though. You try and punish him from the other side, and they're at front B. And Soulcast just got stuck in mid and dropped the spike. Team Liquid are getting run circles around here.
Under control by Loud.
Just that A reclear allowed.
Did Loud make champs by points or by LCQ? When they qualified for Tokyo, everybody also qualified for champs. Because there was only one Masters tournament this year. I'm sure it'll work in a different way next year. Yeah, I'm casting Paper X EDG tonight. I'm only doing a co-stream of this first match.
You wonder here, given what we heard from Emil a few moments ago, given how this round is gone, given how the half is gone, you've got to suspect that there's a timeout on the horizon. That's a prime gaming
What if Liquid went minus Safe, minus Nats, minus Redgar, and went plus Navira, plus Screen, plus Link? I feel like that team would be very, very good. That doesn't even make sense as a joke, because that just sounds like a horrendous downgrade. Minus Safe, minus Nats. That sounds like that team. That sounds like a good roster move. It doesn't even work as a joke, bro.
They're forcing up again.
One thing I can think of is you go back to the opening of the half, and it seemed like they were hanging with Loud. It was just a couple things going the wrong way. But since then, it has felt
Maybe Eslig is the coach too. Yeah. You could take things back even further and get artists, get Eccles on there.
You can tell Loud wants to duel at A early on in this round to try to get some of the util out. And Sadok's coming over too, which is very odd to me, because I was expecting them to act like the strong.
What a wall! Look at this harbor wall again that Tui's has thrown. It's annoying to get through down shore. It covers the front of B, and it almost, not quite, but it's designed to almost cut off Garage too. Tui's is throwing some new stuff here. That's definitely the thing that Tui's has done the best on Loud, is just continue to invent. Great shot. That's kind of reminiscent of Boaster getting that kill onto who was it? Can't remember.
He wants to creep forward.
Reach ult coming as well from Yampi. They're gonna go for a C split.
Yeah, and I don't think
Adge, sorry, I forgot to run an advert earlier, so they auto run every half hour.
He's gonna get knocked up.
Let's absolutely just dodge that.
Oh my goodness, you're right.
Redgar's through, but they're in a 3v5. Redgar would have to go nuts. He needs the patience here. Sadak has been shooting very well in this round.
He peeks behind Plat, tries to get a kill. 13 seconds left. The spike just now trying to make its way out. Soulcast is gonna have to get
Oh, that's brutal. There's no time. There's no time. Just leave. Yep, good play by Aspas.
I was questioning.
Soulcast just doesn't quite put the flash deep enough, and it doesn't catch the player logs. Unfortunate.
Of how Team Liquid is playing. Finally, we're going to get that timeout going. But you can tell he's being very aggressive, which is uncharacteristic.
Yeah, the Sky Flash is a... I don't think that one was unlucky, though. I think the one that he did on A to clear Hell was just... It was just bad. He just didn't pop it properly. But that one is a bit unlucky. Sneaky Guy, thank you for the 36 months.
My pick'em streak comes to an end, and I'm ready to blame T1 for it.
You don't know that. You have to pray for T1 to win, Sneaky Guy, if you've got them in your pick'ems. If you have a perfect pick'em. I mean, who did you have in this game? This might ruin your pick'ems. Didn't you have... Who did you have winning this game, actually? Sky, thank you for the 2 months. Who am I casting with tonight? Bren. Always Bren. Never casting with anyone other than Bren. Bren.
It's just a drastic subversion of expectations relative to what we thought they were going to be.
I had Na'Vi winning this game.
A little bit looser, becoming a little bit more comfortable, and so far it's paying
That
off.
crazy updraft and mid-air spam by Something yesterday with the Vandal through Art Window is apparently a well-known thing in the Japanese Valorant community, since Something goes for it so much in ranked. He has clips of hitting it to the point where going for that play is called the Something Challenge. That's very silly.
Forcing up here.
Doug and Hyde podcasted together because Bala was had like a delayed flight and he couldn't
Man,
get
it's
here
been
in
a
time.
ride, huh?
It has. Thank you for the 40 months, Pioneer.
We've already seen evidence of Team Liquid being very good when they don't end up going for a buy like this. When they go for a little bit of a save round with just the Sheriffs.
Loud, or excuse me, Aspas has the op.
Nice little flash. I mean, they are denying info from Soulcast's flashes so often in a variety of ways. Through positioning, through the smoke like that, or through Soulcast missing them. Oh, baited out. And he doesn't go for the second peek. That's a bit strange, actually. I feel like Sadak... I feel like Aspas would usually try and challenge the next corner, but he backed all the way off. He's called 2E's back as well to watch his long, so they need 2 players committed to A while Aspas peeks that. At the moment, Nats is doing his job of just keeping 2 players cemented to A. In the meantime, Garage control for Team Liquid. We haven't really seen Loud re-clear Garage with bodies, but they're going to do it with a Trailblazer this time. There we go. Now Team Liquid. Oh, that's a good flash. Good flash from Soulcast. I'm not sure Loud are really going to buy it, but the flash at least makes it feel like... I haven't said that. That was his last flash, so now he doesn't have any to actually get into the site. But they still have the breach flash. And Loud are going to play retake, so Liquid not punished for that. Ooh, Aspas just gets out before the one-way there. I like this one-way. Not many people throwing it. Okay, no aftershock, no shock darts, no nanoswarms set up, so the lockdown is not going to be stopped, but there's a counter lockdown being pushed from Nats.
The attackers have to get off site.
Yeah.
Whereas you can run your way on. What are they doing, though?
They're pushing forward.
Is there gaps in dark here? Yes.
There is.
Ooh, okay, so Aspas gets detained, but Les is just killing people from heaven. Les has just popped people from heaven. I think Les has just won this round off camera. Oh, Aspas misses. Good coverage from Les again. Les has just smoked this round. He's 11-3. This... what I was saying before this game began about the Loud players not being in form, if they start winning their duels like this, they are just going to be so back. They're so back. I mean, they obviously... they need to prove that they're able to do it consistently. And then they also need to prove that they're going to be able to... you know, not fall over running really weird compositions too, but they should be running very standard stuff over these 3 maps.
And when your coach is going to start coming, struggling for answers as well.
But it feels like proper Loud gameplay at the moment.
Things are going to be dire here for Liquid as they're down 6 rounds.
Emil's slowly considering the kitten strategy. Yeah, actually, one of the kittens just went meow after Redgar decided to contest the lockdown there. It hasn't been egregious though from Redgar. I feel like they're really struggling to deal with Loud in terms of like the map control and how they're posing threats, but they're still getting into some post-plant situations. One of Team Liquid's biggest problems is that they're just not being able to hold on in the post-plant. The retake utility coming through with like smokes and Loud swinging together and taking duels, it's just segmenting Team Liquid off. And they're not fast enough in the post-plant, they're not dynamic enough to change their positions to adapt to it.
Over these 9 rounds.
El Flamber, thank you for the 5 months.
The commitment to the game plan here.
All right, that's great. When 2E's throws that harbor wall, you can be pretty confident they don't realize that you're still in garage. It's only less anchoring here. Oh no, Aspas is pushed down deep as well. Wow, okay, so this is their pistol round strat. They've baited out the Reckoning, but the Reckoning sees nothing. All right, so they're going to have another post plant here. Wow, okay. Big shot from Soulcast. Nice from Safe as well, on the lurk after he got inserted over towards C. So this does not look like it's going to be effective at all. They don't have high tide, they don't have the players. You just play for exits here and try and damage the Team Liquid economy. You get shot, you die? Wait, what is this? What is you get shot, you die?
The tool's much different here for Loud in terms of the retake.
See how aggressive Aspas is going to get here. He's got the op. You imagine you want to preserve it going into
I can't see it.
good bit of money,
I can't see it. Okay, so they don't do any damage really to the Team Liquid economy.
Yeah, I believe
And
he
instead,
did.
they lose some of their own weapons.
And if that's the case, we're going to see an attack side op for Liquid, which we haven't seen all map.
I'll wait for it to just refresh on my chat. I'll see it then. I don't really want to tab out and tab back in and stuff because I'm on my laptop and it's not got the greatest processing power in the world. It's already been stretched to the limits.
Sadak has definitely been the target by Team Liquid frequently, and he's been losing.
It's just analysis, but it's Bren talking about you get shot, you die. That's fantastic.
One time in C where he was anchoring.
All right, so 3 players start the round over here towards the A defense.
Remember, attack side op from the previous round.
Liquid have been going pretty heavily for garage control and then ending towards A. So that's something for Loud to keep in their mind as we head towards the final 3 rounds. They have a Nano Swarm here that like tucks in the corner as well.
The only player who actually is getting to see anybody.
Possibly designed to deny Soulcast going for the Trailblazer, but he's Trailblazing from the other side.
Getting denied. Finally, they might actually be able to challenge less in garage, but as soon
They
as
pop
he
it.
hears that Trailblazer, he's gone.
Just pop the
That's just going to deny them entering.
Damage, spam through double doors there.
So Safe has op, but he's entering with Bladestorm. He's looking for a play towards B. 2Es might give him a duel right now. I'd be watching the B connector. Okay, he just uses Cascade. Nice from 2Es. Very low risk play there to block off B. Seekers used. Don't go that way. 3 Seekers go towards A. Hit B.
They spot the aggression close A. They push it back with the Seekers.
And I would want to be fighting the C connector here too. I would want to smoke off the A connector, fight the C connector. I don't really see how Safe is going to be able to fight the A connector here without help. And now they don't have control of either of the connectors. And they don't have the garage reflank. So this doesn't look like the greatest post plant again from Liquid. They've still got chances to win it, of course. But nothing interesting really going on. Oh, Safe whiffs because he's in such a rough position. Oh, and they're just having to swing in one by one. Redgar gets one, though. Les nearly gets killed by the turret. 2Es wins the duel, and it's over. Man, dude, Team Liquid have one nice reaction to hit B off the back of... They have one nice reaction to hit B off the back of the Seekers, and then they just... The like, post-plant decisions are so poor today. It's so poor. You know that there's 3 players A, so either fight the A connector looking to try and get kills, which I don't really like the idea of that. I'd much rather fight for the C connector or go for garage reflanks. But they didn't have garage control because they were denied by the Nanoswarm earlier. So I think fighting C connector there is the play personally, but maybe they're worried because they didn't have garage control that they were going to have to fight like on 2 fronts. Because if you fight the garage connector like this, you're going to have to worry about people over here and you're going to have to worry about a person here, and you're potentially running into a crossfire. So maybe that's what they're concerned about. Maybe that led to the indecision. Good positioning by Safe. Yeah, not the greatest, but also he tried to fight Sight and nobody helped him. I think they're just... I think they're not coming up with very clear plans of what they want to do for their post-plant positioning, and it's leaving people like Safe just out stuck.
That's why there were so many questions about why they dipped away from it on so many maps. Why they weren't favoring maps like Pearl, like Haven, where it looked impossible
Stun,
to get
push
for so
through
long.
the harbor wall. Garage control again. And I like the decision here from Aspas. He posts up on short. They've been going towards A lot after taking garage, and it looks like they're doing the exact same thing again. Not huge on Aspas smoking himself off there, but he calls Cowanzine over. Cowanzine flashes long, and they know that they didn't cross. So now Aspas is still posted down short, and he knows that they didn't cross long. Great play from Aspas and Cowanzine. And a really good call from Aspas to get Cowanzine over for that flash. Now they're trying to get into sight without any utility. Despite having a flash from Soulcast, they just don't use it. They're just trying to walk into B, hoping that they've created enough of a distraction towards A, presumably. Loud are on point. Loud are on point. Where was this Loud earlier? Why were they not picking Haven? My Loud rant.mp4. My Loud rant.mp4. Why were you not playing Haven, Harbor Viper, earlier? But also, I'm just happy that they are doing it now. I'm happy they're doing it now. It would have been incredibly sad if Loud had gone out of this tournament without playing Haven.
And we're in the final round of the half. And Team Liquid have called their final timeout of the game.
They've called their final timeout of the game at round 12?
Avoiding a 10-2
I mean,
a good reason to do so. But I mean, this team needs a full reset right now.
that's a weird decision, but also it's possible that what Emil is seeing is so fundamental it doesn't actually matter
Stocks dropped dramatically for this Team Liquid squad.
that it's attack or defense sided. It might just be something that would, like, it might be that they're not communicating plans effectively, or somebody's getting too quiet and they need to be communicating, or, you know, you need a decision once the spike plan goes down, or like, you guys need to be communicating about what defensive utility they're throwing, or, you know, something like that. Because that'll still track into the next half. But still, that's really weird to call a tag timeout at round 12. And I think he didn't call a tag timeout for the first, like, 7 rounds, too. Maybe 6, 7 rounds. Took him a long time to call the first one.
Desperation in the Team Liquid camp on the other side of this timeout again. Just trying to find yourself on 9-3 half. We'll see if they can pull it off. They don't have any ults that they can combine or anything like that either, Balla. It's just the guns that they have. Redgar's got a Spectre, 2 Bulldogs, a Guardian for Yumpy. Meanwhile, for Loud, you have comfort for days. Via ults, via the
They
weaponry
flash
that they
front
have.
B. That triggers out the high tide. Safe is trying to hear the alarm bot, I think. And they're looking to try and spam. That's good. So Nats throws his Nanoswarm, gets rid of the alarm bot from less. So now there's a bit of a threat towards B. That's going to open up Garage. That's going to open up A a little. But Team Liquid are going to go for Garage again. And are they walking back to A? I mean, Liquid are just focusing on Garage control so heavily to the extent that they're just not going anywhere else on the map.
There's nothing else there.
Seekers used at 40 seconds from Cowanzine is going to let them know that this is a C hit. So now it's on less than Sadak. That's a great snake bite. Redgar took a bajillion damage from that. Here comes the same high tide from Tui's on the retake. The cascade is excellent too. Sadak sprays down both. They just look phenomenal playing Viper Harbor on Haven. They just look so good playing Viper Harbor on this map. And Liquid are not doing anything specific to break that. Liquid are playing like it's any other game. I mean, they're still trying to force out some of the utility, and they're still trying to, like, you know, work the map and get rid of Killjoy utility. They're doing the standard stuff, but it feels like they didn't come prepped with anything specifically against the Harbor Viper. And 2E's is doing different things. 2E's has not been throwing that exact, you know, high tide retake on C and the high tide that cuts off short, front B, and Garage, but Bala just said it's Jova on the toss. Doug said, is there any chance of a comeback? And Bala just went, it's Jova.
Play Harbor Viper, and they've done it.
Do they look phenomenal, or is Liquid just so bad that they look good again? No, the gameplay decisions are really, really good from Loud. They are also hitting shots and winning duels, and Liquid are also looking like they are not challenging them particularly effectively. But it's both things. I mean, 2A's walls are excellent, and Les is hitting some lovely shots. Yeah, I mean, this round 3 was beautiful, the one that Sean's breaking down here.
Hold behind it, wait for the flash to regen, pop through the Seekers, and all fight together. It's literally perfect.
Now,
and also the
if Loud were playing right now against Fnatic or NRG or something, do I think it would be closer? Absolutely, yes. But do I still think with how Loud are playing, they'd have a chance to win? It currently looks like it. This is a massive improvement from Loud. They were in a horrendous, awful, god-awful slump. The reason I say NRG is because they're specifically good on Haven.
He was doing what we saw him do all VCT Americas, which is take these individual duels across the map. And man, his first...
Yeah, I was watching the pre-match when Sadak came with a suitcase. That was very funny.
He has to have such a high headshot percentage right now. It's just he's just playing so well.
They ain't winning Split, though. Yeah, I think Split is going to be... Split... Loud will win Split if their players are popping off. And Liquid end up losing their confidence and not coming to game plans, that kind of stuff.
one. It's gonna have to
But
be
I think
this
Liquid
summer
have
to
a
try and
great
come
chance
back
of still
into
winning
this
map
one.
2 and
But
map
even
3
that
and
is
winning the
going to
series
be
as long as they
difficult.
don't
We'll find out
crumble.
if Loud can close as we head back to the casters. Doug and Bala for the second half.
I saw your comment on the EDG fans and wanted to point out LA is full of Chinese descent born and they all came out to support EDG, myself included. Right, that's what I thought. That's what I thought, Monobovo Kokso. Your name is difficult to pronounce. Monobovo Kokso Zoko or something. Yeah, I assumed that was the case, and I think that's probably also the case for the DRX fans that were there
Already
too.
using the stun though, I expect, especially against this wall that they see, to layer those two up.
Do you think NRG Zeta will be a banger game?
They just paranoid, convinced that there was going to be a fight towards A main.
Yeah, I think it'll be a good game. I think Zeta will make a go of it.
Again,
Loud's already here.
I think NRG will come out looking better than they did against Billy Billy, but I think it'll still be a pretty decent game.
But they didn't expect less, not in a position like that. And look at where Loud are right now. They're not even concerned about protecting the spike. They want to take the fight to Liquid.
Look how much better the post plant is here. Loud instantly, dynamically respond to where Liquid are trying to go for the retake, moving their positions instead of just trying to play the same crossfires and hoping that the retakers run into them.
Nothing left to chance.
Lovely pistol. This is over. Mega over.
Versus 2 through the smoke, but they didn't even get half at this point, so now she's going to look for orbs potentially and not even going to find any.
If Zen wasn't supposed to flank,
Jugular found.
they would have given him.
Chat, can I show you how fucked LA is? Jay Woody, thank you for the 15 months. Can I show you how fucked this is? Can I show you a lunch that cost me $25? Can I show you a lunch that cost me $25?
There's not much more to say. I mean, Loud, I love what the desk was highlighting.
That cost me
in terms of their
$25.
Beautiful defensive side. And again, can't stress this
In the
enough.
city of Los
Where
Angeles.
Where was this at Tokyo? Where was this in the first series that they played?
Now,
as
I
well
didn't
against
know it would
DRX?
look like this. And I won't be ordering this again. And you can get much more for your money than this. But the fact they think this is acceptable to charge $25 for this is unreal.
Just Redgar on the site. Nats is close by. And they have bought in a little bit here. It's a stinger in the hands of the IGL.
If Zen
Just like that, the first falls, the second joins.
Did you Uber Eats and pay delivery? Nope. I ordered it from the restaurant. Oh, not ordered it. Like it was free delivery. So it was just the food and the tip.
And they seem to have done a bit of the same here. Yampi upgrading to a Phantom. A prize possession at that. Team tucked and Logs. He's peeking ahead of it, and Kamanzine drops him.
Yampi taking a fight there while Soulcast is in the Trailblazer and Safe is controlling the flank so they can't come out, but it's a full 1v1. Good attempt on the fake flash, but ultimately the Sheriffs
without the
Mexico,
tip.
this
25 was
force-up
before the tip.
pull from Team Liquid fizzles out.
25 was the on-the-menu price, before tax, before tip.
Situation like this, right? You got to gamble a little bit and see how the chips fall. But unfortunately, it's been a bit of the same of what we've been talking about all map, just all Loud all the time.
I mean, I will say, it feels like in terms of force buys, in terms of taking
I mean,
these
it's
extra
tasty.
risks for
It's
their
actually a
economy,
really,
they've been
really
putting
good
all
omelet.
Yeah, sure.
There's only one single eco round that they took, despite the scoreline. I mean, they had the loss bonus the entire
Yeah, it's
time.
very tasty. A fish died for that? Mate, that's not fish. It's a vegetarian omelet. No fish died for this.
One's on the beach, one's on the inside.
They have as many
having fun, man.
They have as many watch parties as Liquid have rounds. right now.
Is it $25 tasty? No, it would have to give me a blowjob to be $25 tasty.
My bad.
The omelet would have to gobble me off.
Little levity in
There's
another
no fucking way.
situation, but Safe might be able to swing this thing back. The Guardian finding the opener onto Aspas.
And Aspas actually wanted to go up.
No,
like
it's
a
not
Durka
$25
dive
tasty.
Into that cove up on top of site.
If Zen wasn't
That's definitely something new. That
Hilmy, thank you for the 28 months.
A way to mix it up.
What did I walk into,
Something
Mon?
very standard,
Nothing.
tough to mix up Harbor Viper plays.
I'm not paying attention to the game anymore because it's over.
Got them an advantage
But
here.
I suppose I probably should.
3 rifles left for the attack inside. The spike still in tow.
If Zen
Kamanzine and
wasn't
Les still
supposed
up,
to
though. Those
flank,
guys are the guys who
Alex,
are
thanks for the 3 months.
absolutely dominating in
S
perfect
show,
form,
yes.
it feels like, in this series so far.
And remember, Safe, who's really the only real reason Liquid are in this position right now, is 5 HP. He's got 0 now. A 3v3 for the rest
This
of the round.
position from Red Bar is really good, but doesn't find anything.
Nats isn't going to find anything either. As Kawanzine just single-handedly cracked the side open.
If Nats was there a second earlier, that would have been a nasty crossfire.
Sure.
I wonder if they change their composition on Lotus.
When you don't expect
if we get that.
Default as the defense.
Yeah, Yampi's going to have to 1v3 his way through this to keep the map alive with the spike already planted.
You just got scammed? Yeah, I know. That was the whole point of me showing you.
A little bit and they won't.
That's making things harder. And that's just not
Is that the most dominant map that we've seen at Champions so far?
Just destroy Liquid.
What in the world was that? I'll tell you what it was. Harbor Viper by Loud again. Just crazy. Domination.
Hallelujah, they're playing Harbor Viper again.
They need to come up with answers,
picking their best maps again.
For this game.
We'll see if they can do it on the
My Loud is saved. Tied with Fnatic BLG, 13-2 on Haven. I forgot what the score of that one was.
When you play an actual ranked game, it's 50 minutes, but how much are you actually shooting? With AimLabs, you can compete in over 1,000 tasks that will prepare you for any scenario in any game. So the new ranked season, you play, you get points, you can compare yourself to your friends. With AimLabs' new one-to-one Valorant maps, you get instant feedback on how to get better crosshair placement, better peak efficiency. You can also instantly
look at how fucking stupid it looks when the something challenge
Discovery.
works.
Get started today by downloading the AimLabs for free and join millions of other
If Zen wasn't supposed to footsteps.
Bro, not need to worry.
You want to play?
There's no way that's the best use of your updrafts on attack side, right? Like, what's the success rate of something like that?
You want to play?
What? What are these shots? This is so silly. It's so silly. Like, using both of your updrafts to do that, though, means that if you end up eventually going through, like, art on a split, you can't double face on top of that box, which is super powerful for Jet players. I mean, what is the success rate of that? It's got to be so low. Also, if something is going to go for that at the start of rounds, why don't people just hold that against him? You're so much likely to kill... You're more likely to kill something than he is to kill you. Why would he ever do it in a match? Like, you don't lose anything as a defender by holding the window for the first, like, second. Would you even expect something like that? I mean, yeah, if something's doing it in every ranked game that he plays on Pearl. That was the first time he's ever gone for one in a match? Ah, right. But he just does it in ranked all the time? I see, I see. What happened to Team Liquid? Is EU a one-team region? EU is definitely a one-team region. Okay, that's just a fact. And Americas is a zero-team region. Might be a one-team region. Possibly two, if Loud end up going on a crazy run. China's a 5-team region. And Pacific have got a few good ones too. Yeah, EG played well. EG played well. All right, Americas is a one-team region too. Americas is a 1-team region. It might be a 2-team region. Pacific has... Pacific is a 1-team region as well at the moment, but it might be a 2-team region with DRX. Might be. I'm not willing to call it yet for DRX. They scraped through the game against Na'Vi. But they do look a lot better. And Zest in particular just looks extraordinarily good.
An almost flawless start there.
Loud played pretty good though. Loud played pretty good in that map. Yes. If they can keep that up, I'm willing to say it. They're back.
Your preparation looked immaculate for this, but was there anything about Liquid that surprised you?
Yeah, if nobody had won the ace, it would have been nutty.
Kind of the style of play that they have. So we figured that the way that we play, as long as we're playing discipline, holding on to utility, things like that, just some concepts that we talk about against teams that, you know, default and play a little bit slow. They're still an amazing team, so, you know, job's not finished, but we have to make sure that we can close this one out.
You guys looked very
Yeah, it's a good
dominant.
point.
I look forward to
They
seeing
definitely
map 2. Good
do
luck.
need to focus to close it out. Yeah, the
Everyone
audio
expected
balance on the
Loud
music
to
and stuff
be
has been a
good when
little
they
dodgy.
switched to Harbor Viper, but I think them winning this dominantly against Liquid might still be a
Moon
bit
Versus,
of
thank
a
you for the
surprise.
Prime.
Welcome back to day 5 of Valorant Champions.
Echo,
I'm
thank you for the
joined
5
by
months
Sean
as well.
And the guards Valen on the desk yet again. And guys, we should just jump straight into this.
Frank LeB18, thank you for the 9 minutes. Thank you for the 6 months.
Who's always been
9
one of the
minutes
best,
ago.
but
Thank
was
you for the 9
struggling
minutes.
In this team's slump, Valen looked impeccable this map.
Yeah, he was definitely the big-time player for this, and even on this retake, getting these 2 kills out long was insane, right? His mechanics are super flashy, of course, as we know, but also I want to highlight just the way
Both
he was
teams
playing
get
the
interviewed.
game.
Both
Him
coaches
being
get
an anchor
interviewed.
towards the B side and the garage side, he was giving no free map control, and I was kind of surprised to see
They
him
never
not
interview
try
one
and
but not the
outshine
other.
him with the
They always
punch
treat
in
them the
sky,
same.
But he was absorbing a lot of that and kind of winning the util trade, so he's doing so much on top of being such a star.
You don't like the
fragger
Loud
for the
logo?
team.
I actually kind of
Such
like
a
the
pivotal
Loud
part
logo.
in the retakes. Obviously,
I
like
think
you
it's
said,
just
there was a round
simple
where
and
I think they
very
tried to pounce
easily
on C
identifiable.
with a breach ult.
I think
You
it's
saw
good.
Sadak molly the C entrance, and he just ran out of garage and stuffed that hit entirely. There was so many plays where Les played a huge part in this game.
Music, thank you for the
This is what
gifted
I thought
sub.
we would see coming into this.
Yeah,
tournament.
Les
I mean,
played
the streets were
fantastically.
talking, Mimi. And they said Ospas and Les were just incredible in practice entering champions, and we didn't really get to see that in the first best of 3 that Les played. This is kind of what I was expecting.
The streets were talking, saying Loud were getting rolled in scrims, so I'm surprised the streets were also saying Aspas and Les were individually playing really well.
With this Harbor Viper composition, Valen, I think in particular that first
But yeah, I
one,
mean,
it
Les
doesn't seem
played
like they ever
a great
lost
game
retake.
in terms
No,
of his
the
shooting.
retakes were almost perfect, I would say.
Specs,
Just
thank you
way
for the
they
new
were
Prime
able to
sub.
flood out with the Harbor util.
That
You
was
see
from
the cascade
LCQ,
bomb,
no?
you see 3-4 players helping the anchor on the site,
Yeah,
not
that was
letting
from
them
around
have free, which
LCQ,
is kind of the perks
but
of
then I
Harbor Viper.
also
Two slice
saw
agents
scrim
that
results
able
of
to live on
Loud
site for so
losing
long. But we
on
have
the
to see if they
run-up
keep the momentum going
to
into map 2,
champs
right?
as
This was a
well.
Harbor Viper comp for them. They are comfortable on this map and on these agents.
Not to the same
but when
degree.
you
I
go
didn't
back
hear
to
it from the
this
same like
first season,
variety
we
of
have to see if they're
sources
gonna
around
be able to keep the same
LCQ,
level
but
of
I just kind of
like
assumed
micro play
based on what
together on
I'd
different
additionally
And John,
seen
that's gotta
heading
be
into champs that it
so
was
good
continuing.
of a feeling for Loud, because after their longest loss streak ever for this team,
Streets are saying
they come
Aspas
out
has
and
been
dominate
trialing with
13-2.
gentle mates.
What a
Oh
way to
no.
turn it around.
I mean, we haven't seen a
Yeah, the
win
game
like
was
that
pretty
for Loud.
brutal, Prince.
It feels like ages.
Pretty brutal.
Right? Yeah, it's honestly been since America since we've seen them play like that on a map. And that has to feel so good for the Loud
What are the streets
players.
saying about
On the other
Soulcast?
side for
I don't
Liquid,
know.
we thought they
I
had
mean,
the comp to deal with the Harbor Viper, but
they've said that Soulcast
Sky,
plays really well in
there was
practice
no real
and that
pushes through the Harbor
they
utility, right? You
really
typically
like
would
having a
expect
like
fault line
support
flash
player
or
that is
a
willing to
Sky
do what
Trailblazer coming in
they need for
to
the team.
disrespect that util, and that was a little disappointing to see on the Liquid side.
Yeah, to add, like I saw.
I think
some
he
rounds where
needs to
Liquid
level
was
up his
pressuring
game
up B,
even
and they were
further.
getting
He's
disturbed
already
by a
improved a
single
lot,
high tide coming
and I think he needs to
Loud. So I think
continue
they need to
to improve
step up
in order
their
to
aggressive game a bit more
really
and kinda just
cement
force
his
through
spot.
areas because they have the comp to do so. It doesn't get much better than Breach Jet and Sky.
It's going to take a big turnaround for Team Liquid to come back in map number 2. So we've
What's
got
my
the
favorite
in-lab
knife?
shoot around as we watch Soulcast get warmed
probably
up for
this
that one.
one.
And Sean, I think the question of the hour here is how can TL turn
Probably
this
this one.
around? Because at both
I
their
like this one.
international appearances this year, it's honestly
It's like
been
a plastic
this, where
knife.
It seems like they're in a rut.
They are in a rut, and they're
Made out of
on a
potato.
really bad streak right now. And going into Split, I thought this was one of their stronger maps heading into Tokyo, and it really let them down. this was a huge sore spot in their map.
Yeah,
They ran the double Sentinel
same.
Sage Cypher.
You see Soulcast
Soulcast
posting
was
like
playing the Sage,
insane
Matt's
highlight clips on
playing
Twitter,
the
and
Cypher. Obviously, he's
he
gonna
pulls
have
off a
the
shot
main
like that,
control on
probably
that
like
region.
1 kill
Do they
per
stick
map.
with that comp after getting let down so hard?
He
They-
hits
I believe
like
they lost to EDG and
a
NRG
good,
on
like
Split.
really
That's the
impressive
question of
shot.
whether they can rally, but for some
But he's
thoughts
just
from the teams
so
themselves,
inconsistent
we
with
have
his
a
aim.
coach interview standing
And I wonder how much of that is like performance
That's
anxiety
right, I'm joined
and
by
not being able
Coach
to perform
Emil
in the big
from Team
moments.
Liquid. Now, Emil, the next map is going to be incredibly important. Elimination is on the line, but the good news is it is your map pick. So what do your boys need to do better this time around to make sure you guys push to a map 3?
I mean, we just need to relax. We know what they're doing, we know what we're doing, we're just very stiff. Right now on stage, like we're not hitting our shots, we're not playing well together, we're not showing, balls, right? So we just gotta go, shoot some heads, have some fun, and just let the game come to us a little bit.
I mean, they're walking past us, they look very relaxed. So you got nothing to be worried about, Emil. Let's see if they can indeed take this to map 3.
I think
We'll have to see if that confidence can be renewed here for Team Liquid. But
if he
Valve, the
thinks his
biggest
players
question
are a
on
little
is
like
now
stiff and tilted, that could also explain the reason why they're not making good plans for post plants. Because they're scared and just standing in a corner, they're not going and helping each other because they don't feel loose enough to like mess with their movement and take a bit of a risk. I could understand if that's the way that he's diagnosing it, yeah.
It is a buff for Liquid that they don't
But
have to deal with the Harbor Viper from Loud anymore. But
yeah,
also
they
for Loud, when you have that much of a dominant
specifically
game, no
the
matter
post
comp,
plant
you're gonna
gameplay
kinda
was
carry that confidence and
so
carry those fundamentals
static
into the
and
rest of the series. I think we're gonna. My
yeah,
prediction is they're gonna be fine.
stuck in the mud.
Because when you're shooting like that, it really doesn't matter what agents you're on. You're probably gonna come out with a win.
I don't know. I think Loud looked really sketchy in that DRX game on Split, and this is someone that used to think Loud had a phenomenal split. They were picking it early on in DCT Americas. Their heavy control
Loud
game
looked
in particular
pretty
was
shite in that
the
map.
best I had seen. They would plan
This is
for
why I'm
everything,
not
and they
counting
would
Liquid
have
out.
workers stay
If
up there
Liquid
for the post.
shake off map
any
1
of
and
that
don't
against
crumble,
DRX. Their
they've still
whole
got a chance of winning
philosophy
map 2 and
has
map
changed
3.
on the map, and I would love to see
But
them
if they
go
just
back
let it
into
get to
that
their
right
heads
now on their
and
attack
Loud continue to win all of the aim
starting on
duels,
defense
it's
on
obviously
their
going to be
choice
over.
of
But
Split. And Valorant against what is likely to
I think this is still going to be a bit of work for Loud to close this
What do
out.
you think the keys are for Team Liquid to have a successful defense?
Well, they do have that previous comp of double sentinel.
That's
with
true.
The Sage,
Wait,
so
why
I
are you
think
guys
you're
saying
gonna have a
topic
pretty
bar
easy
kick
time
W?
dealing with the double duelist. You're gonna see a lot of forward pressure.
Did they have a lower
So
third that
you're
just
gonna
said
see Aspas
topic bar?
creating a lot of pressure, or the Raze creating a lot of pressure, and it just kind of depends on Nats how he's able to deal with that, especially towards A. You're gonna be by yourself, or sometimes with the sky up in heaven, and can you delay long enough? The whole key is, can you delay long enough for the flood to come?
Well, we're hopping into the Prime Gaming agent select, and maybe a bit of a surprise out of Team Liquid here. They're going for double duelists as well, Sean.
It's shocking to see Liquid go into the double duelist, but I do love to see Yampi on the Jet. I think Safe is a phenomenal raise.
Okie dokie.
But I don't know how this is going to fare
Okie
against
dokie.
the Breach and against the Killjoy in particular. I think those are pretty good stall agents
Yampi
against the double
Safe.
duelist, but obviously Loud will be starting on attack. The Breach
They've
is
got to play
very
loose
good
if
at
they want to be
opening
able to
up
win
areas,
this
whether
one.
it's the
But
cross-fault
at
line
the same
for
time,
mid,
I think
the fault
it's
line for the close
yeah.
area
I
aggression,
mean,
or
what
even
do they
taking
start on? They
the
start on
lobby
defense
early
side.
round. So those are key focus areas in my opinion for Loud.
Yeah, and one thing I want to talk about is the lurk potential towards A for both teams. So Liquid here has a Viper. You're going to see the Viper orb combined with the wall to create space towards A to kind of get deep map control and a lot of pressure towards A almost for free because you don't know what's behind.
I like
that
both
Viper
of the
potential.
compositions.
But for Loud,
I'm
they don't
concerned
have
about how
a
they're going to be
Cypher or
executed.
Viper. You're gonna see
Loud
the
have moved
Aspas
away from the double
combined with
duelist
Sky to
because they
push
felt like it
ramp.
had
So
gotten
it's kind of two different
red.
styles, and I think that's a key
How many
portion of the map
biceps has Chad
control-wise,
got?
and it's going to see exciting to see the
But
differences.
I didn't think that Loud actually looked like they had that many good ideas. Map 1 is a composition that they've played a ton and have so many fantastic ideas and have ironed out every small detail on Haven playing Harbor Viper. This map, they don't really look very well fleshed out.
Thank you so much, Mimi. You know, Ball, one of the nice
I want to
things about a change of
see
scenery is that it feels like a fresh
the
start.
good ideas from
Perhaps
Loud as
for
well
Liquid,
as just
that's
the
what you need. You also don't
fragging.
have to deal with Harbor Viper, so maybe that helps too. You think I'm reaching?
I just love the sign that pops up as you cope as hard as possible.
I'm out here trying to give you guys some hope, and I'm seeing it's Jover signs in the crowd.
No, but I think you're right, and I think this is the first time we're going to see this comp from Team Liquid. So talk about fresh starts. It's huge. The funny part is this is
Yampi Jet, I'm never... I'm always a little concerned about Yampi Jet. He sometimes plays with a bit too much
as
whimsy.
well reach for something different here with the breach.
often trendsetters.
Nat's not going for a bounce lineup with the orb. I think that lineup must be really precise. Yampi's going to look for a first fight. That's certainly loose, like Emil was looking for. Trying to force the fight early into less.
Notice well on this comp as we get into this pistol round, it's a slow default for Loud. I think Team Liquid are going to be able to play a lot more fluid, which they needed. I mean, they were way too structured.
Getting set up for a fault line off the dog contact. Sadak uses it actually earlier. I'm not exactly sure what the stun was for there. Wow. Don't understand how that hit. What a shot.
Will dissuade just for a moment.
Redgar looks like he's got a need to feed again.
What does Redgar do here? I mean, he's gonna get challenged.
He doesn't have.
Also could be an overplay here.
He doesn't have a frenzy.
Yeah, because Soulcast is really relying on holding B main down. If he dies, then
I don't like
you lose
this.
That. He gets traded at all. You lose that.
I mean, maybe.
But at the same time, he doesn't have any stars, so.
Perhaps no real idea what's on the other side.
He goes 1 for 1.
Wins it out,
oh.
And he gets a second on a Soulcast. What?
That's wild. The Soulcast needs to win that.
Yampi.
That's just the kill that loses the round for Liquid.
On the other side of the smoke. Starting to see some of the taps come through.
Double face is a nice idea. Yampi's smoke almost landed in time.
See if Nats can do anything about it. 65 HP. He's getting
and they take him
down
out.
From heaven,
really well played by Kawanzin and Tuiz. The two newer players there played that situation excellently. Tuiz had the patience to wait and take a proper fight against Redgar instead of, I mean, that fight. And then this one.
Kind of expected the second one not
bad. You see how he flicks his gun through the smoke as well, chat? When you're pushing into a smoke like that, you shouldn't go gun first, because there's a lot more time for an opponent to react to it. What you want to be doing when you get into smokes is flicking your gun kind of like sideways into the smoke, like Tuiz did there. And that way you go through with the like flat of your body, and the person on the inside of the smoke doesn't get as much time to react.
They found so much success here in the previous round. Well, why not hit it again?
Smoke from Redgar is one that Yampi used to always use when he played this map like a full year ago.
Team Liquid there, though. Just trying to spam and get some damage done from Redgar, and you do see the purchase from them.
Yeah, I watch on YouTube so that I can rewind. It's not the bitrate, actually. I think it's the compression, Fitch. I think it's just the compression algorithm that YouTube uses.
On that first map.
Because it would happen with Overwatch League as well, where the bitrate was actually higher on YouTube.
From Loud, from their ghosts.
It's coming back from Tuiz as well.
Yeah.
But did he actually do it for that reason? Yeah. Why else would he be looking to the side as he went into the smoke?
Crosshair trained.
He's just staring at the wall.
Man, that's really difficult to deal with, man.
Crazy to think we entered this event and Team Liquid looked like the worst EMEA team.
They pulled all the rotates over from Team Liquid. And it's a wrong stack. They were relying on Yampi's information.
I don't think there's that much of a difference between Team Liquid and Na'Vi currently. It's a little harsh to say that they look easily like the worst team, but you know, they did lose the game, and it was 2-0, despite it being close.
He's still healthy, he's still got a nade, perched up on top and safe, cleans him up.
Starting to look really crispy.
But yeah, that is a bit wild, isn't it?
About ball in the previous map, how good Liquid are in situations like this. They've done well to get Aspas down, but does not look like they're interested in going for much more.
And again, that's why I was so confused by the amount. Oh, this Molly's trying to actually intend to keep Sadak.
Team Liquid are not playing for exits or anything. They're all just
full healthy though, so he can run through anyways. The nade though, the combination. And that's a Phantom, Doug.
Can he get out?
Oh. Get the gun out. Wow. Get the gun out. How do they let him escape?
A little bit of a slip there.
Wow.
Yeah, but he managed
That's
to
unfortunate
get
for Team
out.
Liquid. It's a nice idea.
I mean, incredibly good.
But
most players
yeah, they're trying to deny ult orbs as well, so they're trying to maximize economy damage whilst denying ult orbs, which is pretty reasonable. I mean, you take a look at the ult orbs that they've already got online. You know, if you give another few kills to Aspas or you give another few kills to Sadak, it's possible that one could come online in like the post plant of a bonus round where it becomes incredibly important.
Team Liquid had the highest coming into these international events.
But that's a fraudulent stat.
It's just shocking.
Okay, so Team Liquid had one of the highest eco round win rates of any team coming into champs and coming into Tokyo. But it's a fraudulent stat. And the reason is, all of those eco round wins came from their run in EMEA playoffs. All of them. They didn't have a very good eco round win rate during the regular season or during, you know, lock-in or during Tokyo or anything like that. But just during, for whatever reason, during the EMEA playoffs, Nats decided to hit every shot with the Ghost. And some of the other Team Liquid guys did too, and they just started winning huge amounts of their eco rounds. And it inflated their stats, and they haven't been able to replicate it.
I mean, we saw Sadak stun. It was perfect for both players, right? From B main, it's going into male. It's also hitting right.
Nats
So
is
targeting
fantastic
on
with the
Nats
Ghost, yeah.
With one player.
But he's gone down here.
Right now, and they're all ready for it.
Or the reclear.
A couple on the other side. You saw Sadak
They
expecting
almost found the timing.
something to block vision, something to blind him. Still gets both kills, still has
No utility with that.
weapon.
No pullback smoke. No boom bot. They'd already used it earlier in the round.
By pre-firing by accident and still gets Yampi.
No flash because Soulcast is on the other side.
He was trying to walk away
No
to
blast
save
pack peek
and not give
so
up
that at least they pull
information that allows
crosshair
him to move
placement
forward.
and Redguard can trade.
I mean, how hard do they hunt for Soulcast here?
Extremely.
And Sadak was looking the other way and they still didn't get the kill.
He's expecting it.
Ouch.
He needs to eat into
Ouch.
this econ bonus that Loud is going to start getting. I mean,
Bren
only
predicted
2
the Liquid
rounds
downfall.
on the board,
Yeah.
3 rounds after this, and look at it. 3K on almost 4 players.
I think Liquid have
The money's good. The old situation.
Liquid have been a bit unfortunate in this group though because they've hit Loud on the first game that Loud have looked good out of the last like 4 matches that they've played.
Oh no.
And they were in a group where DRX has had a bit of a revival. And Na'Vi started figuring out their comps too. So like everybody around them has started to actually hit better form for champs right as they just continue to be middling and disappointing.
To try to actually find him, but he was so far away, thinking he could escape before the satchels came through. That's such
How
a
is your
good
Riz?
bonus for
I
Loud,
mean,
and
I'm
that's
married,
now.
so can't be that bad,
Every
can it?
single one converted.
Silence this time.
Liquid versus NRG, who's more disappointing? You have to wait until NRG play the next game to answer that question. Alright, Liquid are just on a half blight. Soulcast is brought down to 850. Unless Soulcast wins this round, it's going to be a bit difficult.
Which is funny because they didn't save the last time and they end up going for 14.
He has 850. He doesn't have any flashes or Trailblazers, so he's going to need to buy those back for the next round too.
Less falling does give a lot of space to Team Liquid.
Yeah, I know he's safe, but I think he bought armor back up again or something, didn't he?
The dog has fully made its way around the pillar, but Redgar swinging behind it, perhaps undetected.
I didn't see how much money he had at the end of the round,
But Loud not confident in what they're seeing.
but he must have bought something.
They decide to throw the brakes on it and look at safe. He's upgraded a weapon.
Oh, does Yampi have knives? Oh, I missed that.
I mean, surely Loud are considering the fact that they're going to flank through A after losing less.
I mean, are they?
Surely. Where's
not
the...
looking.
What a play
Nobody
from
looking.
Safe.
Any awareness? No?
What a play from Safe.
I mean, it's really just aspect.
This is really unusual that you see this
They
kind of
just get
stuff.
both kills on B and it's not even a factor.
Wow, what a time to get an eco round up.
Nothing that they can do.
Off an aggression in
Safe and
A
open season on members of Loud.
and a massive flank.
Missed shots from Aspas.
What is that from Aspas?
And a MasterCard Thrifty for Liquid to get on the board.
All right.
One converted, finally. I mean, we're starting to talk about the entire series as a whole as well. We've been waiting for this from Liquid.
If they didn't win that round, it was looking pretty dire for Liquid.
Down the initial push too. I'm surprised Loud didn't commit to that after that molly.
Hopefully that gives Liquid a bit of confidence and they're able to get things flowing
Really,
now.
we're concerned about extra stuff coming in through there. I think they didn't get the information there from Les.
Why is Emil getting hot mic'd in all of these? That doesn't seem very
Back
reasonable.
into the action, rifles for both. Sadak with the Rolling Thunder.
Yes.
Out in the hands of Yampi,
Come
currently
on,
unchallenged
Safe.
towards B. The nade from Safe should cause some trouble though and deal some damage. Look at Aspas.
3 players here already.
Gonna have to get healed up. No armor left.
What does
Sadak
that
has
flash
no
do,
armor left,
Soulcast?
but they invest the Rolling Thunder. Nats avoided it. Tries to peek out from behind the smoke.
Oh
He comes
no.
in, cleans
Oh
it up.
no.
Safe once more.
Oh my god.
Checked yet again.
He got the kill on Kawanzine despite the fact that he dipped into a smoke and he missed the opener.
The spike well out of
Safe
reach.
bailing them out. in 2 rounds here.
This looks like another
Back to
round
back.
for Liquid. 2 instances now, back-to-back baller, where it feels like Loud, these little mistakes are costing them everything.
It was the same story against DRX too. It was very minor mistakes over peaks, not synced together. And they won the first map there.
They normally would have audio with coach reactions now. I just think they only started integrating it back in recently. Maybe. I mean, they do player reactions, yeah. So I suppose there isn't really any reason.
Yeah.
It just feels weird when we're the English audience to be just fed the English team over and over and over again because there's audio attached to it. It leads to quite an unbalanced insight, I think. Probably a very minor concern, though.
Really expecting the crossfire after
Binary, thank you for the 47 months.
Nats was trying to save him, by the way. Why is he peeking? Those types of questions are not getting answered.
Meanwhile, for Liquid, a really comfortable position.
Cowan Xena's tucked himself deep into this corner. They're essentially staring at each other through the smoke. Yampi's popped dash very early on looking for this pick.
Nice Trailblazer, he's stunned up, still gets away.
Alright, they push safe out of the corner.
Really nice movement.
So now there's still a threat on the other side of things. I don't think Yampi is quite aware. What a shot from Tui. Yampi was moving, so I don't think he would have been able to actually hit that. But yeah. But the form from Loud looks so different. What happened? What did you feed them this morning? What the hell have you been feeding them at Tokyo and for the opening match? They look so different in terms of the shots they're hitting. Good trade from Sadak.
And Aspas following up too with this showstopper. Gonna clear out a lot more space.
Angle-wise, a bad fight for Yampi, really? Yeah, but certainly something that a lot of operator players get away with. Being posted on an angle like that gives you so much information, and he just wanted to take a quick check of the left. I mean, it's the kind of stuff that you'll see op players get away with all the time.
Boy, all he had was a pixel.
A slow pixel at that. Yeah. And they won't end up using
Exene, thank you for the 23 months.
They would have given
Hey, how you all doing? Who do we have qualifying in this group with DRX?
If Loud are playing like this, Loud. But otherwise... Otherwise, if this is just a flash in the pan and Loud go back to slumping, they'll give the win to Na'Vi. It really is. It's Loud's group to lose based on their form.
After two, I mean, pretty poor
but
rounds.
Who the hell knows what they're going to turn up to the next match with. Yeah, Loud run the Harbor Viper on Haven. Ran the Harbor Viper on Haven. Yeah. Na'Vi was pretty good. Yeah, they were pretty good. But they were pretty good. Like, the way that Loud's currently playing is better than the pretty good that Team Liquid, Na'Vi, and DRX have shown. The only question to me is whether or not they can sustain it, because they've just looked so out of sorts recently in the last 3 matches. Is it 3 or 4? 3, right?
Which means if they end up winning this round, that's a crucial round that they'll have those 2 up as well.
I wonder if that early flash out from Soulcast forces Yampi to reposition a little bit. Or if he wants to take some of that space. Yeah, he's creeping up right now with the op. Meanwhile, there's a lot of action towards mid. I mean, both Razors are just separated by a nebulous purple blob. That flash from up top, Nat's having to turn. No challenge yet.
Remember, he got punished in a prior round. The breach is set up to play anti-flash and also potentially reactive off of Aspas's information.
He's got nade, 2 satchels.
Fault line just came back up. They just spotted Nats.
Save.
There's only 50 seconds here. They're starting to rotate people off towards... Like, what's going on there? Okay, so Nats is swapping with Soulcast.
It looks like Team Liquid has the idea to re-clear.
Nats might get in position just in time to stop this in B Heaven. Oh my god. Oh, it's... Oh. I thought Safe was just going to go for that play where Redgar, like, peeks himself up on the rope. Okay, Nats did as much as he possibly could in that situation. Oh my god, nobody's watching Heaven.
risky decision, and Tui
What a shot from Tui.
Ice cold.
That's ridiculous. He hits a shot while I mean, he knows Yampi's coming, but Yampi's jumping around the corner. Your crosshair placement's not going to be good there. It's so likely you'll land body shots, and he just flicks up to the head. God damn, Tui's is popping. It's so different. What the fuck is the difference? Why? How do you just wake up today and decide to play like you did months ago?
We continue to set up Tui's, and he just continues to perform like that. We're going to keep talking about him. He's just playing so well right now.
God damn.
And while it's certainly not as dominant as we saw in Haven, it seems like Loud are still in a very comfortable position. You see a spam out from Kawanzin.
Spam there, nearly caught
I
safe.
don't think it tagged. No, it didn't tag safe at all.
Yampi's been trying to op and getting no value with it. Look at the position he's opping from now. He was opping aggressive A ramp in the prior round, didn't get any contact. Or, I mean, he might catch some contact here. He doesn't have a Viper wall to block his way.
Could be massive.
Surely. Nice. Okay, finally Yampi gets it. He backs up. He's wary of the double blast pack into heaven.
Yeah, he was definitely intending to. That was the
And they plan for heaven.
That's
That's very bold when you don't have anybody covering it at all. Somebody goes for an aggressive play there. You're playing against Paper X, or I don't know who else was doing that kind of stuff. A few teams, but I can't remember off the top of my head now. DRX actually were doing that a lot.
Perhaps avoided Loud getting the spike down, and look at how far up they are in spawn.
Well, Redgar's expecting this though. I love this. Playing deep. Now the
Yeah, nice
Seekers are
jump
gonna come
peeking
in.
from Redgar.
Two go to spawn, so Redgar
Right,
knows
two
what's
going to
happening.
spawn. Good from Redgar. Let's go. The kittens survive. The kittens survive.
I thought Tui's again would have been able to get some success there, but no.
Miles, thank you for the 100 bits. Should Na'Vi take back Artis next season? Why would Artis want to go back to Na'Vi next season?
The star behind them, excuse me, and the gravity wall to keep them in front. Very nicely done.
That was excellent positioning, jump peeking, pull, and spray control from Redgar. And that kill on Tui's. Let's fucking go, Redgar.
If Zen
Dylan, thank you for the 3 months.
They would have given him footsteps.
Just couldn't keep it contained.
Just the scream comes out of nowhere.
Liquid staying in this fight, Loud littering B side on the minimap with pings.
Yampi's still opping from such a passive spot, but I guess the reason that he's doing that is because there's no Viper, no Cypher on the side for Loud, so they don't really have much to
Creating some noise. They got the gravity well out.
fake the cross towards
Not
A-Ramp.
here in time to actually molly, so they get through, and for the first time, Op's going to commit, and they're
They're
losing
stacked
people
on B. They
instantly.
are stacked on B. I mean, it's over. This round is done.
Still in garage. Spike still safely
I mean,
behind him.
I'm talking about the fact that Yampi's not getting any value with the op, but I think I'm actually changing my mind here. I think the value that Yampi's getting with the operator is just that they never need more than 2 people over towards A. What the f... Oh, for fuck's sake. I've got my Bluetooth headphones on, so when I take my headphone off, it pauses the video.
After Aspas got out, is that molly from Nat? He could just cross safely through mid.
It's so fucking silly.
And get there in time. Team Liquid finally, that game plan, finally, Liquid constantly just breaking the utility.
It's alright, it was on the save.
Never having an actual pounce.
It's actually really useful tech when I'm listening to music. It's just annoying when I've got an itchy ear and take one earphone off and then it pauses. What's the headphone? There's Sony, what are they called? XM5s or something? Now, Bren was saying the earlier version, the XM4s or 3s or something, were a bit more comfortable. These, if you're wearing them on a long flight for like 6 hours, 8 hours, 10 hours, 12 hours, something like that, they can get a little uncomfortable.
Every single weapon.
But if you have hair or if you like wearing a hat or something,
And they draw within one.
they'll be fine. And honestly, I still really like them.
Still crazy to me that it's an elimination game.
Yeah.
I mean, up to this point,
It's not the muffs, it's actually, it's this band at the top. They went for a bit more of a minimalist look on the band, and they reduced some of the padding, and it's a little, this top part is the only uncomfy part. The ear pads are lovely.
I mean, with tournament life on the line, I get it. I have to go back to the year that these two teams have had, and
Yeah, if you have
maybe
hair, you'll be fine, I
expectations
think.
A little bit different,
Probably.
but I
Although
don't know
Bren did
that
say they were a bit
even in the
uncomfortable
face
too.
of Group D, for
But
these
he's
two teams to
balding.
be the first ones
He's just
who are
in
fighting
denial
off
about it.
elimination is just wild. And the crazy thing is, Liquid, in the eyes of many, Liquid were the safe ones.
Oh, for sure.
They were the ones who were supposed to be on the way out. There were
Why did
question marks on the
NRG
other
fumble
three.
so hard against BLG? Because they got tilted after losing Lotus and losing the round 2 eco by not respecting them properly and playing super sloppy. And then they just got tilted and started rushing all of their attack rounds. And Ardis and Victor went a combined 2 and 8 on attack side first kills. They were just throwing the entries. Victor wasn't holding for a bit. They were getting caught out by defensive, like, peaks. They were just expecting to be able to, like, get avenues for free. Like, for example, they were setting up for a B pop. Victor, like, sets up on the angle, and then he's like, okay, time to scale. And someone on Billy just swings and kills him. And they're not ready for the, like, unusual timing of those peaks on defense. So they're just not ready, and they end up losing. And then that was the same round where Ardis was trying to entry with an operator too. So they were just being dumb on top of that.
That again, they were so good at. It's odd to me. Here we go, fast up a ramp.
Wasn't impressed with
Finally, some
Finesse's
early
calling.
control elsewhere on the map.
I think his calling was really good on Lotus. I think he just got tilted on split.
Intended to do what the Viper Wall does normally, and
They were
that's
just
looking
rushing
at
stuff on that map.
That's huge. I think they wanted to pinch mid.
Oh man, this is the spike alone.
Spike down mid. Yeah, Loud seemed intent on taking some of that ramp
Sorry,
space.
let me dial back in here. I didn't pay attention to what happened at the start of this round. Let me dial back in. Alright, so Yampi still has an operator. There's still only 2 players here. They have a pullback smoke, which is good. I mean, this is a counter to what Yampi's doing, where he's just trying to hold with the AWP.
Intended to do what the Viper Wall does normally, and that's looking at it.
And then Aspas tried to get down into ropes. They didn't have any mid control, and Sadak's just contacting up mid. That doesn't look very good to me.
On taking some of that ramp space and then crunching mid. And opening the
I think Sadak needs 2Es to be with him. Like, if 2Es is watching B main at the start and doesn't see anyone actively taking control of that, I think he has to be with Sadak there. But at the same time, like, from Loud's point of view, if Nat, like, they're assuming Nats is probably the only player in mid, and he's gone back to ropes, so Sadak's like, okay, mid should be free then. But the way that this double duelist comp plays, you almost always have the Raze and the Viper contesting mid. You know, Raze is normally going to be over towards male. Maybe Sadak just thought that the Raze would be further back, which is, again, really reasonable. But if you're going to go for some kind of crunch play in ropes, I think you want to be trying to play aggressive in mid to pull attention away to set Aspas up. Plus, no real need to go for something like that, to be honest. Like, Loud just taking a ramp control and then backing off and going and taking mid with, like, the rest of their utility is super valid. You don't need to take ramp and then go even further. You can just take ramp and use it to pull an extra player away.
Meanwhile, 2Es just put a star down right behind the spike.
Are they going to win this round? There's no way they're going to win this round.
I think the timing here is key, though. Do they challenge less together?
Team Liquid just look
You'd expect them to be playing up in that main area.
like they're going to throw this. I'm not sure why. It just looks like a Team Liquid throw. Oh, no.
He's been so patient.
Oh, no.
He saw the bullet, true.
Oh, no.
Oh, my gosh, this is
Oh,
so
no.
and from less, it's all safe. By himself.
Oh, no, bro. No, bro.
And they did so well.
And today, he's been insanely good.
9 and 3.
They were so...
honestly, his magic
So they gave way too much respect to Loud. Way too much respect. They had no idea where those 2 players were because they were playing from so far away for the retake.
Not for too long though, but we do have a tech pause. As soon as we get info, we'll figure out what's going on. We'll get you all back into the action. Well, that doesn't seem quite right, does it?
It's a nice play by 2Es, but he's allowed to get away with so much there, and there's just not a thought in Liquid's head about where he is and if he could be in the smoke. The thing is, he's just given the freest timing to do that because Safe makes so much noise running to site, and he just uses his ears. I'm not happy with how Liquid played that.
Controlling the map better. They have such little tools to be able to do that because normally it's split up by the 2 controllers on the map.
Sure.
And that's what they've been
Yeah,
used
they
to
just
playing
give
with
them the
so
site
much.
for free when they have a
Here it's
player
really
advantage.
really have that
Oh,
much staying
I thought I was still
power.
behind.
And when they're
I'm
trying
live.
to elapse time for so
Oh,
long,
God.
when they're trying to get through all the util that Team Liquid can dump in their way, it's so difficult.
What would be your favorite team to coach if you got your pick of the
They've
litter,
certainly pushed
assuming
Loud
language
in that
barrier
regard.
wasn't an issue?
There's no denying that.
What, like in a world where I'm the head coach of a team?
Much more competitive than what we saw in Haven.
It felt at times that we might flip and just go for Team Liquid just dominating in this case, but
I'd like to take a
clutch
I'd like to
injected
take a team
something,
like
some life
Giants,
into
I
this
think.
game.
Yeah.
Carmen Core. I mean, it would be fun to fix a DRX. DRX would be a really fun team to coach, actually. Because I feel like they've got something very, very good going, but they could really benefit from learning different styles of play. And
I have bad news for you.
I think in that sense, it would be a very valuable and rewarding experience coaching
It's
them.
a long off season that these two teams on the stage right now are trying to avoid.
Yeah.
But to be honest with you, if I actually wanted to go into coaching, first of all, I wouldn't be a head coach. I'd try and get some like assistant coach job because that would be more like my experience level, right? I've never coached a team before, so being like an analyst or an assistant coach would be the most reasonable thing to do. And ideally, I'd want to work with the best team available, just so that they could teach me the most.
months has come again.
In this group, right, you have
Ain't No
such
the Witch, thank you for the
scoring
23
teams.
months.
Liquid, they won EMEA. They beat Fnatic, the only team to be able to do so far.
This is a tech pause for a player, presumably for like illness or something. Who is it? Is it safe? Oh yeah, it looks like safe.
And then Tokyo was okay.
Presumably safe
A lot of people actually stocks Rose
has
at
some
Tokyo.
kind of illness that he's already cleared with the admins.
Cloud as well. I mean,
That he
America's
needs to
champs,
take a break like
Lock-in,
this.
Runner up.
Yeah, he may have needed to shit his
We're
pants.
waiting so long for this team to
J-
get activated.
Guys, while we have this tech pause, let me tell you about last champs. It was Champions where we were in Istanbul, wasn't it?
I mean, I go back to the
When we were in Istanbul for Champions, there was a shitting disease spreading through the country. And we thought it was food poisoning from the hotel, so people weren't eating the hotel food after people started. And people in production were off work, and people were having to do multiple jobs in production to try and keep the show running. And then the players started getting it, and they're just shitting their pants left, right, and center. There was like 20 of the players were just rotating off the stage, just with the shitting disease. And it ended up being a virus that was going through Turkey. And I'm not exactly sure what it was, but it was just apparently just a virus. It wasn't anything food poisoning or food related. It was just some kind of illness that was going through Turkey at the time. And it ravaged people. So people are all over the place with this shitting disease. We didn't understand what it was. So I went over to a restaurant because we didn't want to eat the hotel food because people were saying that it was food poisoning. So we were like, okay, well, we'll go and eat out at a restaurant. We found a nice restaurant nearby, and there's like these stray cats everywhere. And so we're eating at a lovely restaurant, and there's these stray cats just like around. They're lovely, but they're not tame. They're they're not happy being treated like a pet cat. And so, it was getting really close to me, so I gave it a little pet, and it seemed all right with that. And then I gave it a couple of pets, and it was like, ow! And it scratched me. And I went, oh! Like that, and I made a really weird noise. I went, oh! And Doug was taking a sip of his water at this really nice restaurant, and he was laughing so much at the weird noise that I made that he just spat water all over me. So I get scratched by a cat, dodging the shitting disease at a posh restaurant, and Doug, just a full mouth of water, genuine spit take, just all over me. Just all over me. Straight into my face, all down my fucking top. And I think it covered the person that was next to me as well. I think it was Mimi sat next to me. Just spitting on me. While everyone else is trying to, dodge a shitting disease, I didn't get it. I never got the shitting disease. And I feel like maybe one of the reasons why is that Doug had the antidote in his spit.
Doesn't need as much energy as we might think, given what they
No, I didn't shit myself.
ended up showing in that first series.
Didn't shit myself.
That's wholesome. That's also wholesome, I think.
Ooh.
Dang, he has so many.
So anyway, yeah, that's
Alright, that became
a somewhat relevant story.
as the signs went on.
That was also the event where Doug we went. Doug organized. Oh wait, what's the
we should be
problem?
ending this very shortly, as you all get out very obviously deduce. Safe was not in his chair, but he's on his way back, and we'll be getting back into the action as soon as
No
possible.
specifics, but that's good. I like that.
Teeth out, bro. What's going on here?
He's got a six-pack though. He's got a six-pack and he's flipping off the camera. That was also where Doug organized a boat to take us down the I think it's called the Bosphorus Strait or something. It's the kind of river area that separates, well, the strait that separates the European and the Asian side of Istanbul. Beautiful like riverboat ride all the way down. And Doug didn't realize that they only accepted cash. They had told him, apparently, but he just didn't read it and didn't realize and was planning to pay by card. So we were all on the boat. We've had a lovely ride, you know, we've been drinking, having fun, sunset. We get to the end, and they're like, okay, you give us cash now? And Doug's like, oh, I thought you were going to take card. And they went back and forth for like 10 minutes. Then 20 minutes. And then and then they dropped the rest of us off.
Back into it though.
And then they sailed away with Doug and Barla. They just dropped us off on the shore, and then they just left with Doug and Barla. And we were like, I hope they're still just having a discussion about how to pay. But it definitely felt like they just kidnapped Doug and Barla. They were like, we're taking hostages until we get paid. We're taking collateral. Eventually, after about another 20 minutes to half hour, they sailed back into the dock, dropped Doug and Barla back off, and they had to go to an ATM and pull out all of the money in cash. So it did get resolved in the end. Oh, nice. Oh, nice from Soulcast. Let's go, Soulcast. Okay, Kawanzin finds the moment, though. Soulcast doesn't need to overface, but he's feeling like he's on a heater. Neither does Les. Les also doesn't need to push that. Winnable for Yampy. He's only got 6 bullets, though. 2 Easel dying 2. What a clutch from Yampy. What a clutch. The 1v3. Les has tossed that one away.
On stage too. Trying to even this out before we close out the half.
Great shot.
A 1v3.
But a bit of a toss.
Soulcast contributing
Big moments from a couple of players, though. Soulcast had a great 2K. And then Soulcast overfaced. And then Les walked into a smoke. Gave Yampy a 1v2. And 2 is too weak at the end. Yeah, Yampy wins a lot of 1vx situations, especially on split. Okay, wait a second. Liquid are fired up. All they needed was a shitting themselves break. Let's go.
We talked about it.
Wait, are they just planning to rip this? Wow, they thought Yampy was going to be opping towards ramp. Chance. Oh, they've spotted him. They didn't get the kill! Why did Aspas just send the ult instead of aiming it at him?
Safe tried to find some space. Wasn't able to, though. You should run. That's a deep lockdown, bro.
That doesn't even clear out the back of sight right here.
But they're aware of it. You see the pings on the minimap. I don't even think they're really intending on going.
Oh, nice aftershock.
They put a cosmic divide to help Soulcast stay alive.
Wow.
On the other side, and
I mean,
that they do want to hit that way. You don't have to worry about what's happening mid.
That's a wild play from Redgar. Oh my god, Redgar's cosmic divide has just helped Soulcast go crazy. That was... Okay, Liquid are now playing nicely, but also some dodgy moments there. What is that from Aspas? You know exactly where Safe is. Safe is hiding. You could spend another second to shoot it properly into hell. Oh no. This looks like it's going to be an actual game now. Liquid was starting to get back into it a little bit before that tech timeout, and then after the tech timeout, they've got it. Yo! It's the guy that I beat 8-1 in Team Deathmatch. It's the guy I absolutely smoked in Team Deathmatch.
Loud. Of course, we're not surprised about that one. What have you made about the series so far, map 1 and map 2 as well?
O que você acha da série até agora, mapa 1, mapa 2?
O primeiro mapa foi um jogo fácil para Loud, começaram muito bem. Agora eu acho que a pausa deu uma atrapalhada no segundo mapa, mas eles vão voltar forte pro próximo round.
Yeah, the first time was actually like an easy map for Loud, but now with this like pause, like pretty sure that they're gonna come like stronger.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I agree. I agree, Pancada.
Came live to this interview, you were telling me how you and Tui's
Bro plays in an English-speaking team and needs a translator. It's not about needing a translator. It's about feeling more comfortable that you're not gonna misunderstand. Why would you not get this, chat? How would you not get this? I think he also speaks Spanish, Ashiki. He's an incredible polyglot, Arthur.
If I was to say an advice, is just do not care about like critics from outside. Like they're very good. They have to believe in that and not care about that. Just like believe on that, follow with the flow, and then everything in the championship shall place in the right place.
Oh, thank you so much, Pancada.
Very wise words. Very wise words from Pancada.
Thank you so much, Insu. Always good to hear
They
from
ask the player if they want a translator, or they ask the person doing the interview if they want a translator. It's always the person's choice.
As we could be having a very, very different conversation.
Yeah, that clutch from Yampi, and then again,
It's not production's decision. They're not doing it specifically for the Portuguese streamer or stuff like that. They're doing it because Pancada wants it. Wet Cooch, thank you for the Prime sub.
Really poised for a nice stun off of this dog. If you go up A ramp, this could be disastrous.
You saw the stun, but they had already pushed him off the angle.
What's that name?
How much more space do they find? They fully have him in control in Sadaka's position.
He's
not detected. Ooh, dealt a little bit of damage onto Yumpy, but that's all it is.
And they've got this flank from Redgar coming in. Turret recall.
Where are you going?
It's planted for heaven. They've got full control. That wall was going to allow both Safe and Yampi to play off each other very well.
If they can get the kills before Redgar finds a space, Loud may have a shot at this, because otherwise Liquid seem in firm control. The timing.
Yeah, I mean, the positioning is really nice here from Team Liquid.
All he has to do is play with Safe into heaven here.
Yeah, just contain.
Bye-bye, Tui's. Bye-bye. It's over. It's over. Redguard died to less, but Soulcast kills 2 on site. It's fine. It's over. Team Liquid now look like they're in control of this game. This game has changed so much in the last, like, 4 rounds. London's Bridge, thank you for the Prime sub. And Domicats, thank you for the 5 months as well.
It's been a rough one, but finally coming alive. Right out of that little extended break we had in the beginning of that half, or at the end of that half. Loud going to take their first eco, feels like in a long, long time.
Yeah, they've got the shit buff.
Let's see how Team Liquid can maintain.
They've got the not shitting their pants buff.
They finally built themselves up.
We know that Liquid are good in situations that Loud now find themselves in.
Yep.
And you're right, because of how the series has played out, we haven't really had to see how Loud handle positions like this.
Oh, that's so good for Loud. Ah, Yampi's still ready for it. When you see a Sky throw the flash so much deeper so that it lands like way behind you, it gives you an idea that you're not going to be expected. But their economy is still not amazing, and Team Liquid was still fairly diligent in watching out for a play like that. Nice play from Liquid. Yeah, I'm casting Paper X EDG. Yep.
Minus losing Safe. Either way,
I have
that goes
to
out.
go to the venue in an hour and a quarter. So hopefully this match finishes by then.
Unless Sada can get some cheeky flank going.
Remember, he had a shot at it in the previous round.
Oh, with the dog. Oh, no.
Do you get to choose which games to cast?
The first. The second
How
does
would
not
that
fall.
system work?
And Aspas is way
Wouldn't
too far
everyone
forward
want to
to
cast the
flash there.
good games?
That's misinformation, though, because that was coming in from heaven.
Yeah. I mean, I have to set off in an hour and a quarter. Don't worry.
Against the Ghost. And that's just not enough. I really love
Dibs on the finals. It's just a dibs system. You just have to say shotgun.
I'm curious where that flash came from Soldier. I'm wondering if that was intentionally going through one of the windows on top of the rafters.
Yeah, I'm casting grand finals actually, guys. I'm just gonna do it again. Like, unlucky I called it before you guys. Yeah, we accidentally get all the good games anyway. That is true, Ovort. I mean, that EDG Giants game was fantastic. I thought it had the chance of being really good. And then I think Paper X EDG is also going to be incredibly good. Whenever we've had, like, BO5s, they've always gone to 5 maps,
If
me
we're
and
all
Brett.
here to enjoy the tournament, then the field has to have props as well as rock and dirt, if you understand my meaning.
I do understand you meaning, Lexicon Devil. Thank you very much. Your wise words are always appreciated here. Thank you for the 28 months.
And it's costly. Only 2 players surviving from Liquid.
Yeah, Seth and Paper Thin are coming later
But
on.
look at the amount of money they have. They're perfectly happy to get 1 rifle up and then still maintain that
As a
bonus.
person who lives in Andalusia, it's insane that the government's a big partner of a tournament in LA. Yeah, it is unusual. I'm not sure how that came to be.
Way up. And he's
Who is
also
casting
2 away from
finals?
blades,
Don't
too,
know
so
yet.
you could
Probably Pansy
seriously
Hypo.
think about a round where
They
he
normally
gets
do them.
both
It's been a bit brutalito, but it's been alright.
Up ramps and the flash on the other side of the smoke.
And
There's the first orb.
There's nobody punishing either there. There's definitely an opportunity for Sadak to get spam on him, something like that, but they weren't considering
Alright,
it.
let me focus on the game here. So they've put a little bit of pressure over towards A-Ram.
Wow, does have
They've
BMA
tried to
control. There's
counter
a
it.
deep
They've used the
smoke from Dewey's
Trailblazer,
that
they've
went
used
out.
Stun. Now Kawanzin and Sadak are grouping up
maintaining
with
control of that
Aspas,
one, and
trying to re-clear through
Team
mid.
Liquid
So
are
they're being
staying
very
with this
active,
1-2-2.
trying to push people away from where the Killjoy is, so the Killjoy maintains good information.
Seemed like they might try to set up for a
And then
trap
they've
in.
realized that there's a fight happening in mid here.
Flash is all it's
So
gonna
Loud
be.
are
The
baiting out
Trailblazers are
utility,
gonna
and then
get
they're going to
involved.
fall back.
Do you push in?
And they're going to try and bait out more utility and fall further back. And now, with about 50, 40 seconds left, Loud are going to sit really deep in the sights and wait for the push to come to them. There's a nanoswarm down
Liquid
here.
just did is it pushes the players out back B heaven. So they can't spot. Are they crossing mid? They
It's
can't
going to
spot
be...
if they're going
Normally,
mid.
Killjoys find it very difficult to deal with double duelist. Les is going to have a hard time hard anchoring here.
has been phenomenal today.
Sadak does have a stun back. Oh, they're going... They have 25 seconds, and you're going up to heaven?
Heaven play here. That seems a little...
That seems a little melonsy to me. Little melonsy.
Still has plenty of utility. He's going to reposition around it too. That aftershock is going to buy a lot of time.
Time. The spike is still in heaven. Soulcast. Hello.
They've grabbed the spike now, and the smoke is going to provide a little bit of cover.
Okay, whatever.
Liquid burn the midnight oil just a bit too much.
That's poo. If Team Liquid, like 10 seconds earlier, had burst into A instead of going heaven, that could have been a reasonable round. But they were just wet. I mean, when there's 30 seconds left, look at these rotates, right? Look how easily Kawanzin and Aspas are able to rotate. Because there's 20 seconds left and they don't see anything in mid or B. So they're like, oh, guys, I guess it's going to be A.
On back into this with that anti-bonus.
But remember, we were talking about it at the beginning of the round. The way that Liquid had handled their finances put them in a position where they could still buy an attack side op behind you and rifles.
Oh, yeah, attack side op.
I love the attack side op here,
So-
specifically because there's only one controller.
Right, that's what I was just about to point out. They don't have the Viper wall on defense that goes like this. So Yampy is always going to be able to find his opportunities. Look at Yampy, actually. He is walking in.
Look at Yampy. He's onto Les's angle, and I think Les just jump spotted. But just one missed.
Yampy's taking liberties over here in
discipline
MA.
for Les, and that's a kill.
The further forward Yampy walks, the more he has to worry about heaven as well. So he's disincentivized to actually walk all the way into sight.
Patience from the youngster.
But he's definitely got a chance of finding a pick on Sadak. Oh, he got a leg shot!
Less so from Sadak as he crept forward. Does get one,
Well,
but
this
30
definitely...
HP still
I
alive.
mean, Liquid have managed to find themselves an enormous opening at the start of this round. They've won the duel against Aspas, who actually, Aspas is not hitting in this game. I haven't spoken about that really, but Aspas is having a dire performance. He's missing so many moments. Thankfully... Tuiz! Thankfully, Tuiz is having a god game.
What a play!
Still a chance, though. They're so far away.
Soulcast is so weak.
Aspas who?
Drop the Seekers, and that's gonna
Aspas
provide a little bit of
who?
breathing room. They have to spike down
Wait,
mud.
Yampy. Soulcast dies though.
Has the
Has to commit for the spike plant there. If we're giving him the benefit of the doubt.
Misses him. This is a huge line.
Is this another barking moment?
Oh, they're coming around the back. Wait.
Oh. And he can't get any.
That's unfortunate.
What
That's
a
a nice
play
try by
from
Yampy.
Tuiz.
The fact that he thought about the push through CT as well is
These
really nice.
reclears
But
in these clutch moments.
damn, man, that's all
so well.
Tuiz. That is all
Shut
Tuiz.
down any attempt.
Dude, I didn't think he'd play that way either, to be honest. I didn't think he'd face that.
Iron,
No,
thank you for the
Tuiz.
19 months.
Yeah, absolutely.
He had dropped.
It feels like they didn't even see the smoke that he dropped.
Yeah, he had dropped the star to the left, and I thought, all right, he's gonna pop that
He's
into a
baiting.
smoke. Yeah, he's gonna tuck, and you would never expect him there.
How much Red Bull do these guys drink?
But
I mean,
Tuiz,
the
man,
cups are
once
on there
again-
more for the brand promotion value than
Almost
because the guys are chugging fucking
They need
24
tears there.
cups of Red Bull a day.
I mean, it means a lot. Elimination on the line.
They can have water in them as well, you
Close
know.
it out early here or go to Lotus, which we haven't seen that much of Loud on Lotus. And it didn't look perfect against DRX. Despite the fact that DRX is also one of those teams that hasn't played it too often.
What do you think that stack of cups there is for? I think it's all the clutches.
Yeah,
He's keeping up with them himself.
Yeah, I like it. It's cold-blooded.
A reminder.
Or
across
it's
the
just a
stage.
way to start a tech pause.
Or it's just
Sado 2L, but it's 2 liters of Red Bull. Well, wasn't there a meme in Avast's channel of just Sado 2L cum? Just the stupidest shit in the world.
I mean, they didn't have control of B main, they didn't have the information, so they have to dry walk into
That's
Tuiz.
so
And
dumb,
yeah,
man.
Tuiz makes a crazy play, but
That's
it's
so
also
stupid. Where does that
at the
even...
behest of
That's
Liquid
so
to
stupid.
Do something to stop that sort of thing, right? To make it a little uncomfortable for him. That was full
Oh,
comfort the entire
God.
time, and he's so advanced that he is calling rotation.
Why do we not have
early.
Sado 2L anymore? I don't think I ever had it in my
Wins that
chat, did
fight
I?
as he did. And now, oh, look at this, actually.
Did
Les
I?
is the guy who's
Didn't
operating.
realize. Sorry to ask, but who are you rooting for?
On the Rays.
I'm rooting for both teams to be performing at their best.
Remember, actually,
And at the moment, we're getting pretty damn good performances out of Loud, and we're starting to get good performance out of Liquid in the last, like,
maps where Aspas was
I
floating
don't know,
elsewhere to Rays
9
or
rounds
to
or so?
I was looking to see if he popped
Okay,
someone up.
you guys don't have to spam it. You guys don't have to spam it. I was just having a little throwback moment.
accidentally popped
Doesn't
it
mean
early.
you have to spam
Sure, yeah.
'Cause he has enough money for it.
repeatedly.
You're right.
Yampy is looking for a pick here, the same kind of area that he was with his operator.
Yampy's by
They
himself.
break
A.
one nano
Knocks the
swarm.
dash, clears a little bit of Les's util. And it just feels like a reaction game. Look at that deep flash out from Kawanzin all the way into
They're
B
really
spawn.
having Yampy jet lurk here.
Cosmic Divide fake on
And
this B side.
he's not being given much.
Look at Redgar's position. You can see exactly what
He
they're
got a
thinking.
leg shot onto Sadak in the previous round, but...
And Loud, no. I mean, you're right.
Alright,
too.
he's
These
set up
guys
for
are
an A
so
split
deep.
here.
He knows everything.
The alarm bot is here too. That
Is
wall is gonna
Yampy
help,
gonna...
though. It's gonna
Oh,
provide some
Yampy's
exit
already
for Les
used
to
his
get out.
dash. I
It's
didn't
30
realize.
seconds again.
Remember
There's
the roll
no
is under from
time.
Sadak too.
It's just gonna
Sadak
look at
has
the ball
ult.
back.
There's no
Oh, it could be
time.
disaster. Do they flood behind it?
There's
Yeah,
no
Les is already taking
time,
the
you
space.
fucking
Remember, he's got
melons.
nah, Boss has fallen.
You're
Kawanzin playing in the
You're
smoke.
too
Does he
late.
have any more util? No, I don't think he does. Now 13 seconds left, and once again, Liquid may have waited
Bro,
a bit too
what is
long.
going on
The
here?
clock expires, and Safe is on the other side of it.
I mean, even if he gets the kill, Tuiz is still safe on the other side of the map. Brother.
Oh, I thought
Like, it's
losing the out would have been.
it's a nice idea from Team Liquid, the way that they're trying to get picks. It's cool having Yampi looking for a pick over towards A. But when the strat to generate a pick doesn't work, you need to also have a bit quicker execution on finishing somewhere. You can't just wait around until Loud realize you're not coming through B, and then try and end A when there's 4 players ready to hold you off, and a Breach ultimate.
What do they do here? No op on
I mean, in
Loud
this
side.
round, if Aspas gets a kill, both teams have Showstopper too. We've got another attack side op from Yampi. And he's dead. That's very bold by Sadak. That is... I don't know why Sadak's going for that, but he looks like a god because he hit the shot. That would look so stupid if he didn't hit the shot and Yampi killed him.
He's been heavily involved. Safe picked up the op though, and I mean, Tui's, this is a tough shot to hit.
He's done it before.
Nice, he saw him. Falls off.
Meanwhile, they're dogging towards a main down ramps to confirm that there's nothing outside, and that instantly, look at how they're rotating B.
Dude, it's always, every time, they get all the information.
Look, yeah, it's...
Save has ult.
Ay.
Has 2 satchels.
Seekers, 45 seconds. There's 4 players here, ready again.
Again, 40 seconds left, and they're still back in spawn.
If you recognize that Loud have been rotating super heavily, there might be a chance here of just running all the way to A, but you had to do it like 10 seconds ago when the Seekers were used. Or like you break the Seekers, immediately run. But now you just have to barrel into 4. Well, they've killed 2. Oh, Tui still wins the duel against Redgar.
This time it may have worked out, but Nats is by himself. 13 seconds left.
Winnable for Nats, actually. Winnable. Ah, he had a Guardian and he couldn't land the shot. Ah.
Such a huge chance. From Nats of all people, you really thought he could do that. Nobody looking. But just the Guardian. It's just not his day.
Dude, Bren is going to be popping off when Liquid flump this.
For somebody who looked like the only bright spot for Liquid against their opening opponents of Na'Vi, to suddenly not making the big plays when you expect
this.
to. I mean, it was nice.
That little flash of Team Liquid looking great from about round 9 onwards has just, it's just gone. It's just gone.
So many members here. He's got the ult, he's got the nade, he's got it all.
Their early round ideas have been countered by Loud just playing, well, mostly more passively, apart from when Sadak just wide swung and deleted Yampi in mid. And then they just, these late round executes into sites where they don't have any mid control
You're thinking
have
so
been
often, when is it going to
a
come
tragedy.
from Team Liquid? When are they going to be able to
A Melanie
switch
tragedy.
things up? And it comes at a time again that it's readable.
On Plaid Chat, you said Team Liquid are a lock for this
When they have a
group.
low buy, it's like, okay, they're either forcing or just going for an eco. They're going to try something cheeky, and they do.
Did I
and it
really
fails.
say Team Liquid are a lock?
Surprise, surprise.
I feel like this group was impossible to predict.
Les holding his tight angle and ramps. He's got util to protect the site.
Dude, what was I mean, I was assuming that Loud and DRX were both going to be shit, I suppose.
5 HP, he's stunned, he's
I
dead.
mean, he's dead. He was flashed. He had no
Yeah.
idea that he was in the line of danger as Loud get to 11.
Feels like South
I think Liquid was overhated,
kills so
but
far this game.
now I'm also on the hater
He's top
arc.
fragging for Loud.
Dude, this is...
It's ridiculous.
Oh.
You know, I wonder too, as I was watching, is what it was that they used to keep that push back, that safe pop. It was a gravity well, and then
I was convinced DRX were going to go 0 and 2, and then
the initial problem.
the missing piece of the puzzle, chat, is that I didn't realize they had been playing with Zest since the very end of Tokyo. They had a month and a half of just Zest, no fucking around with the roster. I didn't realize the players had told Termi to jog on.
4 or 5 rounds in a row for Loud?
5 at this point.
Chili Burger, thank you for the 8 months.
And you remember, Team Liquid took the lead because they won the first pistol.
Is Giants top 2
Their
EMEA?
only pistol this series here in the second half.
They kind of look like it at the moment, right?
But since then, it's been all Loud all day. And the crazy part, too, is it's not even how you really expect this comp to play. There's not any crazy trap plays going out. They're just playing reactively. I think at this point, you know, I was thinking a lot how Loud is playing fantastic on
TMV saved you by placing DRX 7th. Yeah.
Making it very difficult for Team Liquid to get in the game. But here, I think a lot of it falls on their own
I don't think anyone, though, would have predicted the Loud
when you don't
terrible game against DRX and then immediate revival against Team Liquid.
Of Loud's composition. There's not reusable
The difference between Loud's gameplay at Champs has been phenomenal. I think one of the takeaways that people are going to have from this is that, like, DRX and Na'Vi are, you know,
let's see how this plays out, though.
Na'Vi almost beat DRX, and DRX destroyed Loud, so Na'Vi's going to destroy Loud. You know what I mean? People will just argue the transitive property thing there, but I feel like Loud are playing so differently today. Their Haven was, I mean, genuinely like nothing we've seen in the last 3 matches, because they haven't played Haven. They haven't played very much the Harbor Viper at all.
It's labored, man.
But also, just the individual form as well, from Les and Tui's in particular. And Sadak actually too. But mostly Les and Tui's has been such a enormous rebound.
Some piece of util, but just dry walking through. That one hurts to see. It's a little painful, I have to say.
Yeah, this is painful.
To Loud to win this round. They've given the breach hold. They're not playing against the lockdown, which could come.
CNED Zipan is going to dominate if Aspas plays like this. Yeah, I mean, that is a bit of a concern, honestly.
But it was just a fake, and you just realize there's an op.
Aspas hit some nice shots in the previous round.
Where's something
but
here to deal with the op that they've seen?
Something plays for Paper Rex. He doesn't play for Liquid Bala. My mental is broken. This is just Liquid utterly crumbling. Utterly crumbling.
I mean, this map was close until it wasn't.
Yep.
Yeah, that is the best way of summing this map up. It was close until it just wasn't anymore. And now these rounds are just, they're nowhere near. These rounds are nowhere near.
Are on the ropes for a team that was
Liquid had a period of like 5 rounds where they looked like they were playing well, even though they lost a couple of those. And now these are just tragic rounds.
I hate to keep bringing attention to things like that, but it's just not there today. And of all days, this is the end of the season right here. This is the round that could determine whether you're going to the offseason disappointed or you're playing more Valorant.
It doesn't look like Team Liquid want to play more Valorant. All right, Trailblazer escorts Yampy and Nats up ramp. They defensively flash towards Market. They realize that Safe is there. So they know that they're playing a spread default currently. Tui's is getting some very good information towards Garage. He smokes it off. Now Team Liquid don't have Garage control. The op has been pushed away. That is successful. Kawanzin's looking to try and get played in off the distraction of Aspas opping. Oh no, and the Boombot doesn't catch him. And now Kawanzin's in a really nice spot, but they're not going towards him. They're going towards B Garage. There is only 45 seconds left. They need to accelerate.
This time it was the Seekers. Stays around to drop that nade. He's here by himself. Oh, Tui's has helped.
Oh, Kawanzin just sprayed into the smoke.
35 seconds, they gotta get on this side.
Oh, the flash was so good.
Why isn't Safe committing into the site with Yampy?
30 seconds left.
Safe healed up and
30 seconds.
There's no time! Liquid! Liquid, you fucking melons!
The push in from Aspas, a kill is found. There's the rolling thunder, and that very well may have
Go! They might as well get Screaming Navera back on the team. They might as well have Screaming Navera back on the team with that performance.
Liquid home.
And the final round ends.
That was atrocious from Liquid. They had 5 rounds that they played well across the entire... Well, they had a couple more than 5, but they had less than 10 rounds that they played well across the entire series. That is an embarrassing way to go out of champions.
Meanwhile, on the other side, we talk about
it's not as bad as lock-in, but it couldn't be because you've been together for a while.
What the last couple of months have looked like for the Brazilian super team.
Yeah.
But this is a step.
At least Nats has got a smile on his face.
Step indeed.
He knows that he's got a contract until 2026.
as they take their bow one final time.
Yeah, that's a terrible performance from Liquid.
But you're right, with Loud.
Honestly, Loud looked good, map 1. Loud looked
They're going to turn the page.
fine. Map 2, like, fine. But that was just utter capitulation from Liquid. 2Es was still playing really well on an individual level, but Aspas wasn't really hitting that much, and I'm not super convinced in the composition on the attack side. They can't really put too much pressure towards ARAM. The lack of the Viper, I think, looks a bit dodgy still.
That seemed to be
Dude.
back, guys. They look great in that series. A 2-0.
Liquid just fell over.
Team Liquid packing. I'm back again with Sean and Valen on the desk here. And Valen,
That's got to be one of the easiest maps Loud have played for ages. I want to hear what Valen and Sean think about that, but that is...
one of the favorites to make a deep run in this tournament.
That was...
I think it's still a little early to say favorites, but they are looking a bit back, you know. But
agree with Valen, they look a bit
I
back.
saw some shaky moments, to be honest. But
Agree.
Overall, they looked much cleaner this series than previously. I think I can confidently say.
Wow,
You know,
I mean, Bren was so right, actually. Bren was incredibly right.
I'm actually on the other side of the coin here. I think I'm now willing to say Loud can make a run in this tournament. I have
No, Sean. No, Sean. Sean, you can't get back on the hype train that quickly. Liquid looked terrible.
Running the Harbor Viper on Haven.
Yeah, Sean, you've been sucked in too quickly, Sean.
Kawanzi and Sadak having incredible performances to carry them through.
If they win and look good against Na'Vi, I'll hop on the train. But at the moment, I'm more towards Valen. They look a bit back. They looked properly back on Haven. But I don't think they ever went anywhere on Haven. I think their Haven would have always probably been good.
Yeah, and to talk
But-
about like individual form, like
Oh my
Sean was
God.
talking about, these guys have been playing out of their minds this match. Kawanzin especially, I think has been playing phenomenal. The support utility out of him, his
Kawanzin's utility
trailblazers
was
for
excellent.
information throughout the game were almost perfect. Him recreating
2Es
mid, like such a good
fragging,
player.
fantastic too.
Yeah, Kawanzi
But
on the screen.
Aspas wasn't really hitting.
So many good support smokes on that A site.
And it was just so easy because Liquid were playing so poo.
And that's where I still give credit to Sadak as well.
I think Loud can beat Na'Vi. I think if Loud play like they did today, they can beat Na'Vi. If they play like they did today, they're probably slimly favored against
Na'Vi.
Na'Vi.
Did this to get their confidence back.
They absolutely did. And they
Wait,
do
does
look
Na'Vi just
confident
perma
out
ban
there on
Haven?
stage. But unfortunately, that does
I think
mean
Na'Vi just
saying
permas Haven,
goodbye
don't
to
they?
Team Liquid, the EMEA champions, the first
Widebren
team
arrived.
eliminated here, Sean.
Shavin,
And
thank you for the 9
honestly,
months.
It's such a tragedy for them.
Yeah,
They
that's...
year.
Wait
And
a
unfortunately, they
second.
head into the offseason disappointed.
No, this is over.
EMEA victory over
There's
Fnatic
no
was
shot you can favor Loud over Na'Vi. You just can't be... Sean's coping, man. Sean is coping.
This was a sad
Na'Vi are going to get rid of Haven.
Quite honest, they did win the EMEA region
Na'Vi look
for VCT,
excellent on Pearl, even if Loud don't want to get rid of it. And if Loud do get rid of it, they look shite on Ascent.
To now have lost 4 straight best-of-3s heading into the offseason.
They don't look incredible on
what's next
Split.
for
They
the
look
team.
alright.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's next either, and it makes you kind of question like
Fracture.
I think they looked very well at the beginning of the year, winning EMEA, but like you said, going
Fracture
into the
doesn't
national
make
events,
sense
I felt
because...
like there was a drop off in almost
I mean,
every aspect of the play
Fracture's
by,
a good
like,
map
little
for
amounts.
Na'Vi
It
too.
wasn't like
Fracture
night and
and
day
Pearl are
difference
both
of
good
the
maps for
team Liquid
Na'Vi in
roster,
the matchup
just,
against
like,
Loud.
small, minute details of
Ascent
like,
should be better for
coordinating
Na'Vi
fights together.
too,
They took very
based
long
on how
time
Loud has
getting that
previously been
utility.
playing.
They
But
didn't
if Loud just go back to their old composition, Loud could win on Ascent.
kind of fell off there, and that's what makes
I refuse to get baited into being on the hype train. I will not overreact. Loud look better, but it's still going to be a big challenge for them to take down Na'Vi. I need to see more until I'm back on the Loud hype train.
I am now joined by Aspas from Loud for a quick interview. Arthur's going to be translating as well, so thank you very much for joining me.
Thank you for the prime.
First of all, congratulations, Aspas. You've broken your loss streak.
America's Pearl is
Your
better than
first win
EU
on an
Pearl.
international stage
That
since
was correct
London.
back when
How does
Harbor
it feel
Viper
to
was
be
the
able
meta.
to overcome the challenges you
But
guys
now that
face?
everyone's playing Sova KO,
foi bem complicado. A gente conseguiu se reencontrar, a gente acabou
I'm not sure who the best teams are on Pearl anymore.
Treinando com uma outra comp, mas a gente acabou decidindo voltar para ela nos últimos segundos e acabou que deu 7 e agora tô me sentindo muito bem.
Overall, it was kind of complex. We decided to go back in an old comp that we have back in Heaven, and we are pretty happy with the result that we brought it back. And overall, I'm feeling very good.
Let's talk about that because I'm very happy to see Viper Harbor back as well. That was kind of your thing, Loud's win condition. Do you believe that with this back in, you guys are playing Viper Harbor again, that's going to be the game plan going forward? And is it good enough to bring you a trophy?
Não dá para saber, mas eu espero que sim. Acabou que a gente conseguiu fazer uma ótima partida com a comp antiga de Viper Harbor e eu espero que a gente continue fazendo bons jogos.
Well, we can't know that, but I hope so because I'm very happy with the result that we could bring like today, and I hope that from now on we can actually just bring more victories.
Yeah, get the momentum going. I don't know if you know this, Aspas, but we didn't get to speak to you after DRX game, but you actually reached your 1,000th kill at Global Events. That's right, yeah, give it up, give it up.
Thank you.
It's not easy because your first event was Masters Reykjavik 2022, and you've already gotten 1,000 kills. How does that feel? Are you proud of yourself for that achievement?
Eu demorei um pouco a ver, eu só vi no dia seguinte, porque após o jogo
By the way, that's the important piece of context why they were celebrating the 1,000 kills for Aspas and not the other players. He started a year later than everybody else. The other people that have 1,000 kills are like on the... They all played in 2021.
I accomplished that because after the last match I had like some issues, but when I realized that, I was very happy. It was like something that a goal that I wanted to, and I was very happy when I realized I did it.
We're very happy for you as well.
Yeah, unfortunately he got it in a loss, and unfortunately Aspas's 1,000th kill was so limp. Like the actual 1,000th kill was such a limp, bad kill. It's never going to make a highlight reel. Ye is still #1 and missed every event this year. Yeah, I mean, but of course, Ye is still the greatest player of all time in the game. I mean, of course, you know, with the Fnatic players potentially looking to win this tournament, one of those players is probably going to end up overtaking them. But in terms of the absolute dominance that he had over a period of time without playing on a super team, people are way, way too low on Ye. The revisionist nonsense is crazy.
Liquid have not gotten backside yet. They're trying to stay forward. Sada gets 2. That's the spike. It's another disaster for Liquid.
Optic was not a super team. You're coping and capping.
Liquid. Tries to peek out from behind the smoke, and Coming Team cleans him up, and no. Safe once more. The discipline box goes unchecked yet again.
Okay, if Optic is a super team, then is just every team that wins a super team? Tell me of any super team that would have Victor primary duelist on it. That doesn't make sense. He was great within their system. He's not a super team duelist pick. You guys are off the goop. Fucking Sentinels this year wasn't a super team. Fnatic is the only super team that we've had in Valorant. People who don't know what the definition is. What's your definition of a super team? A team that's specifically formed out of some of the best players in their role, where you're getting the people who, you know, it's on an individual level, they're in the conversation to be best in their role, and they're all together on one team. Was Gambit a super team? No! They were just a winning team! Yeah, Loud was a Brazilian super team. Yes, in terms of like the best Brazilian players, Loud was a Brazilian super team. Yes, because they got the best players they could, put them all together on one roster, and then were winning. The winning comes afterwards. Super teams can lose as well, by the way, guys. Super teams don't have to win to be a super team. Was Sentinels supposed to be a super team? I think that was their idea, but it really wasn't. Like, it just wasn't. The players that they got, like TenZ has not been best duelist in the world since, you know, beginning half of 2021. it doesn't qualify as a super team player. And despite, you know, and then also the addition of like Def there too, it doesn't qualify as a super team in my opinion. I don't think Cloud9 did either, and people were talking about them being a super team back when Ye and Vanity were on the team. That didn't make sense to me either. Because like that core did so poorly the year before. Nobody was calling Vanity the best IGL. Nobody was calling Zeppo like the best initiator player. Nobody was calling Celsius necessarily like one of the best on his role, although Celsius was pretty fantastic on KO, and he's an incredibly good like team leader caller kind of person. Was Alpha considered the best in his role back then? Not when he was first added, but at the beginning of this year, when this current iteration of the roster was formed, yeah, he was considered a phenomenal player. I mean, he absolutely dominated EMEA the first season that he played. Version 1 game changers? Yeah, I would consider that a super team. Yep. EDG's a Chinese super team. See, that's a weird one though, because I'm actually not sure how EDG themselves were formed. I don't believe that they were formed by a lot of big players coming together. I think the players have gotten good together at the same time. So, while they probably do just have the best players all on one team, that isn't normally what I would think of as a super team. Yeah, Supermassive Blaze was supposed to be a Turkish super team as well, I think, although not the best Turkish team we've had. I mean, Foot are a better Turkish team than that. Yeah, the addition of Smoggy maybe qualifies it as being a super team. Yeah, because he was a very good duelist player from a different team, yeah. But he was just supposed to be their substitute, and then they ended up dropping life. Would you say Ye is better than Durka? No, I mean, Ye was better than Durka back when Ye was playing, but no, not at the moment. But would I say Ye has had the greatest period of, like, dominance? Would I say Ye has, like, GOAT accomplishments for his year of dominating and the titles and deep tournament runs that he made? Yeah. Durka's probably going to overtake it, though, at this tournament, in my opinion. I mean, you could maybe argue that Durka already has. I don't think so until the end of Champions, personally. Ye was carried by Chamber, though. Absolutely brain-dead take, man. I fucking hate this take. Ye played Chamber because it was unbelievably overpowered. Everybody else was playing Chamber. Everybody and their nans had their superstar player playing Chamber. Do you know how many people were anywhere near as good as Ye? None of them. None of them. None of them. Durka almost was inside EMEA, and then he turned up to the event, and he wasn't. He played one dominant game on Chamber. Also, Ye was incredibly good when he was playing Jet. And people are just, oh, he played badly when he was on DSG with a non-functional team in Tier 2. Therefore, he must be terrible. Why would anyone even pick him up? I think Durka's a more well-rounded entry duelist player. I think Durka has more flexibility. I think Durka's got the ability to play that like hard entry play style better than Ye does as well. But I don't think Ye's a fraud.
Okay, but what's your thoughts on Shake Shack versus In-N-Out?
They don't deserve to be compared. Thank you for the dono, but Shake Shack and In-N-Out don't deserve to be compared with each other. They're in different price brackets. In-N-Out, for the price point, not a bad burger, terrible, awful, inedible fries.
If you want to go there, Sean, I will go there. But let's talk about T1.
Shake Shack, too expensive really for how good it is, but an objectively better eating experience.
Yes.
Of the upcoming Initiator players, who do you think stands the best chance to be like the next Leo? I don't really think there's gonna be a next Leo. I mean, if you're talking about like a big deal on Initiator, yeah, I think those are great picks, but no one's gonna be the next Leo.
It was abysmal watching them. I think they regressed from Tokyo.
Honestly, if there was going to be anyone that was close, it might be Trent, more so than Cloud or Verno.
We saw towards the end rounds, like
but even then, I don't think he's going to be.
a lot of solo fights happening from the T1.
I mean, Trent's a more like aggro player anyway than Leo is. Leo was kind of the next Crashies.
Stages of the round, I think they were playing it okay.
That's actually not a bad comparison. I think Leo's got some of the same qualities as Crashies, but has taken his game to another level above.
I mean, the good news is that
But they have somewhat similar styles. Quite supportive, good in the clutch, trying to maximize excellent initiator utility usage, minimize mistakes.
Zeta, let me grab you for
Yeah,
a second.
not a bad comparison.
I want to ask you, the game versus Foot, I think a lot of people were maybe a little surprised by the result. It didn't quite
Yeah,
go as planned.
Hiko's probably going to be the next Leo. Okay, I don't want to watch this game. I've got another half hour before I have to leave for work, and I don't want to do a co-stream of the first map of FPX T1. Why not? Because I think it's going to be a bad game, and I'm going to have to leave halfway through, which is just going to be unsatisfying. And I want to do some prep for my actual cast. So
T1 can actually turn things around.
I'm going to bounce.
Get out of this group. I saw the structure that they were aiming for in that first series, and had things like you said. Not
who should I send you guys to?
Due to the scrappiness that Foot made those rounds.
Thank you for the 100 bits, Miles Everett. How are you on stream and interviewing right now at the same time? I'll send you guys to Sliggy or TMV, whoever has the least viewers. How about that? Which I assume is going to be TMV, because Sliggy's built himself up a very solid viewer base now. Yeah, so Sliggy's got like 4K viewers. Where's TMV? Is TMV not on this list?
Crazy things. They're running double controllers across almost
Where
every
is
map
TMV?
except Bind, where they're
Is he not on the VLR list?
Chat, which is just outrageous. I mean, they're willing to just craft completely new styles to the game, and I respect it.
No, I respect it too. And when we saw their match versus EG, they had glimpses of hope that what they're cooking up.
I can't remember what it is.
Kind of absurd and out of this world for what we've been seeing recently.
Is it Thinking Man's Valor?
Work, right? Obviously, they're not up to perfect standard because they lost 13-8 twice to EG, but if they can fix the little things like their fundamentals, their trading, because macro-wise, I actually
enjoy the next game.
Macro-wise, their IGL
I'll see you later.
Is very tailored at slowing the round down when it gets hectic.
Yeah, like so I've got.
That's how they thrive in the
I've been spending all of my time, by the way, chat, working on editing videos for my YouTube channel. I just put up the NRG Bilibili co-stream there. I got rid of all of the nonsense where I'm just like thanking subs and stuff, so I cut it down by about half an hour. So the NRG Bilibili co-stream is up on my YouTube channel. And then I've made a couple of shorts and put them up there as well. So I just posted a short like as I went live. There's another short tomorrow coming out as well that are like highlights from the co-stream. And then there's going to be Pokemon Smash or Pass. There's going to be a video about the Sentinels, like this thing. The Sentinels, like investment crowdfunding stuff, where they said that they would only be able to survive for another 4 months. And everybody said they're going to die in 4 months. Which, anyway, we'll dig into that properly. So yeah, I'm gonna have some proper YouTube videos coming instead of just having nothing there. All right, bye.
Because no matter what the result will be, we just want to do to standing here to enjoy the stage, enjoy to standing on the stage and